boy, shout out to doing a best of 2018 in March of 2019, baby. Part 2 of Movies Are Real, best of 2018. No more fucking around, Ryan. You're here, Ryan. How are you? Oh yeah, you're here and sick.
I'm here and sick. I have a cough. I have a cold. My depression is still ever present. But you know what? I love movies. That's why I show up here, unpaid.
Correct.
Every week.
No. All right.
It feels like
on.
it lately. It feels like it lately.
You know what? That's true.
And that's fine.
Carrie, you're here as well. Also sick.
Yep. But you're somehow paid. That's the part that I've been noticing.
That is weird. Yeah, no.
It's
There's
crazy
just not
how
a
that
lot in the budget.
I mean, maybe when you start bringing your A game, Ryan.
That's fair. That's very fair. That is very fair.
We are still tardy, and more time has passed by since we recorded the first episode, but you know what? We're getting it done. So today is the second part of our Best of 2018 discussions. We will be covering most disappointing, best surprise, best performance, and rank the top 10 movies of 2018.
The definitive list.
A definitive, scientific, mathematically solvent list.
Hashtag fuck the Oscars, am I right, guys?
Yeah.
That was like 2017.
Oh, that was?
Yeah.
People were more just like weirded out this year, I feel like.
Oscars were rough this year.
That sounded rough.
There was no Tilda Swinton.
Yeah, I know. What the hell?
Someone got the honorary Crash Award. Fucking was it
Driving Miss Daisy too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, that's why we're here to tell you the actual correct winners of of a film in 2018.
They tried to hide it from you, but we're bringing it out.
Secret that fucking they don't want you to know, but we will. Most disappointing list is Mute, Pacific Rim Uprising, Cloverfield Paradox, Ocean's 8, The Girl in the Spider's Web, Halloween, Lizzie, Aquaman. That seems like a mistake there. I don't know.
That's crazy.
That's
crazy how it just happens, right?
That's weird. Yeah, Google Docs. To All the Boys I've Loved Before, Mary Poppins Returns, and Game Night. So
Where do you guys want to start here?
And we talked about this last episode, but it's like the movies that were middling were just the most middling fucking
True.
It's just,
and it was always ones that we had like some intrigue about too.
Yes.
That's what really makes it. I mean, there's some on here that like I think we all.
And it was just like a ham sandwich with American cheese with Miracle Whip. Like, here you go, white bread. Just the most blah sandwich. And I think what the blahest sandwich here, and I think the one that maybe is only here because people said it was a very tasty and delicious sandwich, is Game Night. Because I think that movie was fine, and I think the critique and like buzz around like, oh no, it's actually not awful. It's actually great. I don't know if you actually saw Carrie.
I did not watch Game Night.
Okay.
I have seen Game Night.
So have I.
Yes.
And I think it's fine.
Yeah.
It's not. I think like the people were really high on that movie.
It feels like one of those like comedy movies that like it pauses for like the jokes that like it knows like the quotes is gonna land, and then you're just like, huh.
Yeah.
Like with that neighbor guy, he had a lot of scenes.
Yeah.
He was like one of those characters where like this is like the side character that people are gonna leave this movie talking about. Old Officer Jim, what was his name? I don't know. Who cares?
I don't know, but he's like the character actor. Like he's like Melissa McCarthy in Bridesmaids or King John in freaking Hangover. Like just like, oh, look at this weird character bit. But apart from it, that's the guy from Breaking Bad. That's the only thing I got out of that. And even then, I was like, who cares?
As someone who hasn't seen Breaking Bad, I just was like, who's this guy?
And there was like the recurring bit between like the couple who like she slept with Denzel Washington, but not really, maybe. Do you remember what I'm talking?
Yeah.
And I was like, that was like a whole thing that went through the entire movie. And that...
It was like, she said she had slept with a celebrity, but she wouldn't tell her husband who. And then it was just... in a conflict between them the whole movie as they're trying to solve this game.
And then they find out it's Denzel Washington, and then he wasn't actually Denzel Washington, so she didn't ever sleep with.
Yeah, it was just a guy.
It was just a guy.
Yeah.
Anyways, that was very funny. It's not a bad movie.
Carrie, the way your face is reacting to this,
at all.
It's shot well. It's shot well. It has moments like oh, this someone was truly like, I don't know, I like want to do cool shit, but I'm doing game night, but I'll find a way to do my cool shit in it.
I think Game Night 2018 is 2018's Tag 2018. Know what I'm saying?
That makes 100% logical sense.
Yes, exactly. It's a movie that is fine. Like, you can tell, like, it's made well. Like, it has, like, direction to it. It's just not particularly funny, I would say, or interesting.
But yeah, it's not horrible.
And it has like twists to it, like with the relationship between
Rachel McAdams is good in it.
She is good. She's good in a lot of stuff lately.
Yes. But
Jason Bortman.
Yeah, Jason Bateman is in this, and he's fine. He just plays Jason Bateman.
Yeah,
he's just Jason Bateman.
He doesn't really play characters.
He just plays Jason Bateman.
Yeah, and that's fine.
That's fine. Anyways, game night. That was more energy than it needed to be said.
That's true. We talked more about that movie than we ever wanted to.
Yeah. To All the Boys I've Loved Before is on this list because did you see it, Ryan?
Yes.
Okay. I mainly put on this list to recognize its existence and saying that I did not enjoy it after all the buzz on it. And I'm not saying just to hate it. I enjoy romantic, like, quote unquote, as the discourse, chick flicks. Is that term retired? Have we retired that? Is that still a thing people describe it?
I think it's being taken back. Like, it's a chick flick because chicks have better taste.
Oh, gotcha.
I don't know. I'm just gonna claim that now.
Okay. I mean, as a man,
you're welcome, ladies.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you, Ryan.
But yeah, Ryan, I don't know what you want to say. I just want to take this out. Like, there's nothing.
Yeah, it's not bad. It just feels like a lot of movies I've seen already. I feel like if I was in, high school,
yeah, totally,
then maybe I'd be more into it. And being a Netflix movie, and from my like gist of things, teens nowadays, like, they just watch everything on Netflix.
Yeah.
Like, when I see what's trending on Netflix, it's always the teen-oriented movies, and that's the most highest rated stuff on Netflix. And it's like, okay, I get it. That's the audience.
And a lot of like the modifiers, because what makes it interesting is there's a bunch of modifiers to the. It's still the typical like formula, but there's a lot of like, oh, we added like this thing here, like that makes it fun. It's like this just seems like overly booked, like overly complicated for no goddamn reason. Anyways, it's gone.
It's a decent enough movie. It's just acting's fine, but
Cloverfield Paradox was a disappointment for like maybe like an hour into the movie. I haven't seen it yet, so it was like an hour in, like, oh, wait a minute.
It's disappointing. In an hour in, you're like, oh, this is what I wanted. And then like it like does the Cloverfield like twist, and it's like, okay, this sucks. Because like the way the movie ends, spoiler friggin' alert, I guess, a Cloverfield monster just pops out of the sky. Because in the movie, they do the Cloverfield things, and they open up wormholes that like send out Cloverfield monsters across every dimension, and that's why the Cloverfield movies are the Cloverfield movies. And that explanation for 2 movies,
right,
is stupid.
That's true.
If we were like 4,
you're totally right.
Then maybe I could forgive this, but
it'd still be bad. But it's like, you know what? You ran out of ideas.
You know what? This is like this is very like Friday the 13th Part 6. You're like, okay, it's still going. You're just seeing you're just experimenting a little bit. That's fine. But this is like Part 3 of a series that took a 10-year gap. Any
potential that was there, you just close the book on it, and like fucking whatever. We just all walk out unsatisfied out of this encounter. All right, well, bye-bye, Cloverfield Paradise. I mean, not Paradise. Paradox.
The Paradise that's gone forever.
So our list so far is Mute, Pacific Rim, Uprising, Ocean's 8, The Girl in the Spider's Web, Halloween, Lizzie, Mary Poppins Returns.
Let me talk about Lizzie real quick.
Ooh, yeah, this is just you here.
This was just me, so I saw Lizzie. It is a retelling of the Lizzie Borden kind of like old like English story of a woman who axe murders her father and her, I believe, stepmother. I can't remember, and I've seen the movie. And it's an old story that's been retold a bunch of different times. This is just a modern retelling that tries to focus more on rumors about a relationship that she had with the female maid, basically. And the reason I find it disappointing is not only is it kind of slow and boring, but it doesn't really dive into that relationship as much as it kind of like presents itself that it's going to. It's more of like, hey, we're attracted to each other basically, and now we both have to kill my dad.
Right,
and that's it.
I feel like this movie on paper should have been how I feel about Suspiria.
Yeah,
but you never got
you never got that. No, I mean it's fine. I love Kristen Stewart obviously, and then Chloe Cervani, I think that's how you pronounce her last name. She is great in like everything I've seen her in, and this has been like a passion project for her for like many years from what I was reading about this movie. It just, it doesn't do anything particularly interesting, or it's just disappointing, I would say.
Does it hang on this list though?
No, there's stuff here that like really like hurts home.
I don't know, man.
There's one especially that I've spoken about already that really hits home. And this is certainly disappointing, but it's still fun in like in like the horror aspects. It is fun. She has a pigeon collection, and that's fun.
You sure? I feel like,
look, if you want to keep it, that's fine. I feel like it just might be cut later.
I think
there's some stuff that you guys.
There's stuff here that I'm disappointed with, but I haven't even experienced the disappointment. Specifically, Pacific Rim Uprising. They made another Pacific Rim movie, and that's the thing I very much wanted, and it's got John Boyega in it.
A person who is objectively handsome.
Yeah, Carrie and I are on the team that it is a fantastic Pacific Rim.
Movie.
It's a good movie.
Yeah, you guys certainly have that opinion about that movie.
And you guys seen it. I have not seen it, and I was super excited for it. So, like, for me, like, be on this list, like, I am disappointed from hearing what everyone has had to say about this movie. Yeah. But I haven't seen it myself. But I guess, do y'all feel strong enough about?
It feels like one of those sequels where it's not really, well, they just stapled the sequel like onto it, like a not sequel, but added like the 2 to the end of the title of a different movie. You know what I mean?
Kind of.
It doesn't really feel like it follows like the plotline of that original movie, and lacking a large majority of that original cast definitely helps that. I mean, all they really have are the 2 scientists.
It feels like a straight to DVD Home Alone sequel.
Yes.
I think I said this when we were talking about it, but it felt like that Independence Day sequel that came out. It was very similar vibes to that. It was just like, here's the next generation, and they're like the characters we had last time, but they're worse. And
they're worse.
Yeah. And it just feels like a knockoff, and it was boring.
I feel like I feel like that's like I had with a lot of Guillermo del Toro stuff. Like he has this original thing that works very good, and then like he tries to make that into more, but then it doesn't happen.
Right. But this one wasn't made by him, also.
It was. Did he produce it at all?
He like executive produced it.
Well, he executive produce anything really. Like I love him, but he will.
And a lot of his executive, again, Scary Story is not directed by him.
Yeah, even though his name was everywhere
exactly
when it was coming out.
It's like
Hellboy he wanted to make Hellboy 3 like for the longest time, and now it's getting a very weird looking reboot.
Yeah, it looks low.
It looks low budget, and also like I don't.
It's also not a Guillermo del Toro movie at all.
It's not, no.
And like not even close.
It looks like just a standard R-rated action.
It's got Mila Jovovich in it, doesn't it?
Yeah, she plays the Death Queen or something stupid.
Ooh.
Cool.
Anyways, so yeah, Pacific Rim.
I don't think
like you guys were disappointed by it, but I knew going in it was gonna be bad because I have the superior taste in movies, obviously. Trademark.
Another disappointing sort of sequel to Guillermo. You know what movie sucks that Guillermo del Toro put his name on? Don't Be Afraid of the Dark. Fuck that movie.
Bad, yeah.
Fuck that movie.
Oh yeah,
is the one with the little like elves in the walls and they stab the guy with the scissors?
Yeah,
that's coming out this year.
No,
that came out like 7 years ago.
That's
Don't Be Afraid. Oh, I was thinking of scary stories to tell.
No.
Don't Be Afraid of the Dark.
Yeah, dark. Yeah, that movie was bad.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that.
So we have Mute, Ocean's 8, Girls in Spiders Web, Halloween, Lizzie, and Mary Poppins Returns. Ocean's 8.
You know what I'm going to say? Ocean's 8 is fun.
It is fun.
It is fun.
But it's still disappointing, kind of.
I hadn't seen the other one, so I had no
idea.
I
didn't see the other ones either.
I had no idea what it is.
I guess maybe now you think about it, like, it's fun, but I wish it was... Maybe it's just the James Corden's involvement, really.
That does disappoint a lot.
Especially because it's towards the end of the movie, and he's all like,
these ladies really know what they're doing.
Our podcast is taking taking an official stance against James Corden firmly.
Look, he's on the list.
Please see yourself out.
He's
sir.
literally their antagonist.
He's on the list. It's him, Eddie Redmayne, Jared Leto. I was about to say Jared Leto.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought you were trying to say Gerard Butler. I was gonna be like, excuse
No,
you?
he's on the Golden Boy list.
Thank you. Exactly. Like in Gods of Egypt when he's made of gold.
James Corden, we are coming for you. This is an official challenge.
Yeah, I think
put us on carpool karaoke, and we will take you out.
Mm-hmm. But also, like, it's weird. Like, there wasn't. It would have been very hard to make this unentertaining. I feel, but like, also, like, the end is bad. Like,
The end is very
it's like
bad.
the whole thing we were doing. That wasn't the actual thing. It was this thing we were doing.
The whole plan we had, it was not the plan. And also, I feel like the characters I ended up liking more were like the ones that weren't used at all. Like, Awkwafina's character was funny and interesting, but she was just stole a thing. And fucking, I can't remember who any other people. And Sarah Paulson's character.
Yeah, Sarah Paulson, I wish had more in it.
Yeah, it didn't do a whole lot either.
Yeah, and Rihanna's not great in it.
To be fair, I feel like Sarah Paulson is always underutilized in everything she's in.
It's still very much the Sandra Bullock show.
Yeah,
100%.
and that's totally
and that's
awesome.
fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, and Anne Hathaway when she shows up at the end.
When she ends up being like an actual character and not just like
she turns
like, I'm a model.
She turns face on the like we used to be like she had like a Vegeta turn, you know, like where she was like the bad guy. And like he realized that like she's very powerful.
Yeah.
I guess it's not a strong disappointment. I guess maybe, but it's
just it disappoints in like ways that you like.
I wish it was more
it could have
fun.
been better.
And I wish
but
it could
not like it's not like you end up like being unhappy with the product. It's like this could have been better.
Yeah, I think it's
I have not seen most of these films.
Okay.
Well, the ones that we've talked about.
Yeah, so you have been a little bit quiet here.
I didn't see Ocean's 8. I didn't watch the Stupid Boys movie.
Does the Girl in the Spider's Web really need to be on here, Ryan?
Yes, it is.
That's the emotional connection.
That is the emotional connection one. Yes.
Okay.
Girl with the dragon spider tattoo.
Girl who kicked her dad in the face.
Girl who. Oh my dad. You know what? Actually, Carrie, write that down, please. So yeah, Girl with the Dragon Tattoo is a phenomenal movie, and I've been waiting for a follow-up to that since I first saw it.
2012?
2000.
I think we had this conversation last time.
2011, I think.
Yeah, that sounds right.
And this, like, it has so much going. Like, the lack of like the returning cast always sucks, but Evil Dead director, I was like, okay, that's cool. Claire Foy, that's very cool. But every the guy from Sorry to Bother You's in it.
Boots?
Yeah.
Boots Riley.
Boots Riley was the director.
Yeah.
But
the guy who started it.
He's great in like everything I've ever seen him in. Obviously, except this, because this movie sucks all the talent from everyone. It just is so disappointing and dry, and it just is not a sequel to like what it is. It's kind of like with Happy Death Day, that was like a horror movie, you know?
Yes.
And then Happy Death Day to You was more of a sci-fi dark comedy.
I haven't seen it yet.
It does that kind. It does that kind of. It kind of changes that genre immediately to being like a tense, dark thriller mystery to just it's an action movie. Bang, bang, shoot, shoot.
I guess my thing with this
and like that's so boring. That's such a boring turn.
I guess my thing for this category is like I think expectations is a lot, and I just have a hard time. Like
I did have expectations. Like obviously when like the reviews came out, as I saw more, I was like, this probably isn't gonna be very good. Now is it? But I always had that hope. But like maybe it will have something in it that's redeeming, something that like just like goes back to that original like. Tone or feeling or like just one like sequence in it that just like really
that's your phone.
That is my phone.
Whoops.
We have the same phone.
We do.
And also the same case.
We do.
Just something that like brings back the tone and like feeling and just style of the original film, but it does nothing, and that's why I am just so horribly disappointed by it.
I think if this list was hard, like more, I think there's two that are going to be on this list, and then we have an empty spot. And I think maybe if you feel that way about Girls in Spider's Web, like, that could be the one.
Yeah.
Because I personally would be like, this looks like a cash-in to me.
Yeah.
But if you've had expectations, then
I would watch Girl with the Dragon's Tattoo. It is fantastic, and you will understand my pain of this that is this movie.
So the next movie we can cut Lizzie now. I think now that I heard you,
yeah.
So I think we can cut Lizzie. Mute is a disappointing movie. Just the fact that you hope that Warcraft was a fluke. You hope that Warcraft was studio produced. But apparently it is. Maybe he just doesn't have it.
Yeah.
We've talked about it, I think, ad nauseum on the podcast.
Yeah.
And even on the last part, that it's just a bad movie.
Just bad, disappointing for a number of factors that we've already gone into.
Very boring.
Very boring,
very
too.
long.
Yeah, that was like the thing that's like, you're like bored and you're like, oh, when's it? Oh.
It's like, wow, I've been watching this movie for 3 hours, 14 minutes. Oh.
It also doesn't have like the kind of structure of like a normal film, which like I'm fine with the film having like a different kind of structure to it.
Yeah.
But for this, it just feels like forever. It feels like you're watching an entire season of a boring, bad show at once, and it's like, this sucks.
Which for Netflix, that kind of checks out, honestly.
It does.
It's a Netflix movie. But yeah, I get Mute's not gonna be here.
Mute's. I feel like Mute's gonna stay there. I feel.
So I think at this point we should just talk about well, actually maybe not. I feel like the winner for this category is Halloween by 100 miles. But okay,
Kieran agrees. My heart's still in Girl with the Dragon Tat.
That's what I'd be like. Listen, man, this expectations are on you a little bit.
They are on me, but you guys haven't seen the original
movie.
It
looked like a cash-in. It looked like Sony. Anyways, but let's talk about Halloween.
It looks like a Sony movie.
Yeah,
yes,
that's true.
I know, I get it.
Let's talk about Halloween first before we start chopping at the legs of Girl. Halloween is like, I think all of the leading up to the press cycle, Jamie Lee Curtis just being out here just so excited about the project, and her excitement about being involved with this series again was incredibly contagious and made us feel like, okay, we're gonna get a movie that is about Jamie Lee Curtis, Laurie Strode, and Michael Myers. And that's not what the movie's about, really, at all. Like, there are bits of it. There are little tastes of it. Like when she comes to is it like a graduation dinner or whatever it was?
Yes, yeah.
And you have that moment where she becomes really emotional, and it's one of the best moments in the film. But you don't get a lot of that. You just get the character I'm tough as hell because I need to be tough because he's gonna come and I need to be ready. You don't have those moments of weakness or even discussing how she feels about what happened and living with it.
No.
None of that's there, and the final payoff itself, it's fine. But I was hoping they would have a little more small bouts in the lead up to it, not just her stepdaughter just fucking running around doing normal horror movie shit.
Yeah.
And then the Dr. Loomis protege just being not even a character,
or even if they played more with the idea of her maybe not being significant to Michael and her being the one obsessing over him,
that would have been interesting too.
And then him just blindly killing people. It doesn't matter who it is, but then stupid circumstances of the movie just deliver him to her doorstep for no reason.
That's true.
And it's just because it's. I mean, I guess it's just the psych doctor guy playing around with his action figures, so to say, but. Because he sets all that up, but doesn't he? I don't even remember.
Kind of, yeah.
He orchestrates it and helps him escape and everything, but I don't know. They could have done more interesting stuff instead of.
It's not a bad.
I didn't hate it or anything. There were parts of it that I really enjoyed.
I think we all wanted to feel very passionate about it, or at least strong about it, and I went on it's fine. It's a 7 out of 10. And I think that's why I think the expectation leading up to it was high, and I think we were reasonable to be high. I don't think it was unreasonable to expect this to be a good ass Halloween movie and a tribute of the series. Bam. And what we got was very middling, and I feel like we're the outliers on this because everyone loves this fucking movie. and I don't get it.
I mean, I don't. Like I said, I don't
hate it.
I'm not crazy about it.
I'm just disappointed. I'm just very disappointed.
Should we talk about Mary Poppins?
I haven't seen it. So
it's really disappointing.
Yeah, I mean, I really liked it still, but I think it was me. I hyped myself up for this movie. This is probably my fault. I hyped myself up for this movie so hardcore. Like, there was a point in time where I was watching that trailer, like, every fucking day.
Nothing about it said that it was going to be not what it was. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe looking at it now, like, maybe Lin-Manuel, maybe he doesn't have this.
I don't think he did much writing on the music or anything.
I wouldn't imagine so.
I don't think he did. It didn't feel
like it.
No,
at all.
yeah, because like I'm not a Lin-Manuel expert or anything. I haven't really listened to Hamilton, but when he did the music for Moana, that was like super infectious, and that music was really.
And
good.
that felt like music made by him.
And I don't know about you, but I haven't gone back and listened to any of the songs from this movie at all.
No,
and so like. It just
like the intro song is stuck in my head because I think that it set the tone. Was like, oh
dear.
No,
yeah, but it's like the more I think about it, none of the songs really stuck out except for the one where they're doing talk singing, and it's really weird when they're in the animated world.
Yes,
and
that stuff looked great.
But yeah, it looked amazing, and I think it delivered on some of the emotional beats and the visual beats and just I think Emily Blunt did really well.
I think she did. It's a very different character.
Yeah. And I don't know. I like the guy who plays the dad is the same guy who voices Paddington, so that was just fun.
Oh, that's where that voice
It was weird to hear that voice come out of a human man. but yeah, the story just felt odd. The moral of it just felt weird, like the resolution of how they were like, you get to keep your house because of the money that you put away years and years ago. So don't like it could have easily been like, because they're trying to save their house the whole time because the mom died and the dad's trying to keep it together, and he put a loan against the house and they haven't paid it back, and he's trying to. And he has to prove that he has shares at the bank, but he can't find the paperwork. And Colin Firth
did it again.
Is being all big bad wolfy and like, oh, I'm going to steal your house for no particular reason.
And he does that well. He's very good at it. But it's the whole conceit of it that's just And man, this movie hurts so bad by Christopher Robin coming up before it. Yeah, it is hurt so bad. It's the exact same movie.
I don't know. I will. And like I was saying, the resolution of it being like, you get to keep your house because you saved money. Good job. As long as you have money, everything will be fine. And it's like, what? What the hell?
Yeah.
And I will say that once Mary Poppins, at the beginning, when Mary Poppins was coming down, floating on her umbrella, I was like, oh shit, it's happening. And I got really emotional because I love Mary Poppins. There were moments of magic, but overall, I don't know. I like the movie, but I think it's because I'm like, I'm gonna force myself to like this because I don't want to live in a world where I don't like it.
It's another 7 out of 10.
Yeah, something like that.
It's a very middling movie, with really good moments, really great animation.
Yes, very pretty.
And the stuff that's like, even like the stuff that's like not animated, like hand drawn, but it's just like CG. It still feels like fantastical because of the way it doesn't mesh with the real world. Yeah. It's not trying to look photorealistic. No. It's trying to look a little surreal.
Yeah. And I mean, it is just like a beat for beat rehash of the first movie, honestly. But
which would be fine, I think, if we didn't see Christopher Robin, because it's sort of the same like thematic stuff there. Mm-hmm. And it's also like in England, and it's just very close. It's too close.
And Christopher Robin had a talking bear.
It did have a talking bear.
And I guess this did also have a talking bear.
It kind of did, I guess.
Well, I mean, it was his human form.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. Do you feel like the girl should win this though?
I deeply feel like it should win this, because it sets itself up as a follow up to this like great story, and then it changes direction immediately, and it also ignores the events of the first movie completely, and they discuss things that happen like previously that weren't like in the other movies. Like imagine if Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone came out, all right? Like, all right, this is great. And then next year, Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince came out. And you were like, I feel like I'm missing something, but also it was, an action film and not like a coming-of-age kind of thing.
Jeez.
Like, that is
how abrupt it feels?
That is how abrupt it feels. It feels like you're missing a big piece of what's happening here. Mm-hmm. And, like, maybe that would make sense. Like, maybe the events of, like, the 2 books that it is technically skipping, like, make it into more of like an action thing, but there's still like it should still have like some like piece of that identity. It's like a new thing that's like slightly tethered, that's like forcing itself to be attached to this other thing, but it's still the same side of it. It's so weird.
But do you feel like the marketing was letting you, and like the buzz around it was like letting you know, like, oh, we're gonna try?
Yes.
Okay.
Because it felt...
to me, it didn't feel like that, but if it did to you...
Because as someone who has seen the original and likes it a lot, not the original, the American
Yeah,
remake.
sure. The only one that matters.
The only one, not the Swedish, stupid Swedes.
What is this, a meatball? I don't fucking know. IKEA, am I right? I apologize
I apologize to all IKEA people out there.
I don't. Fuck you.
Fuck you. Yeah.
Your furniture's hard to build.
Because it definitely did have like to like prove itself, the marketing, because it was a very niche kind of movie. Like people saw it because it was a David Fincher thing.
Yes, that's exactly what I saw. Yeah.
But like then this wasn't.
Right.
And then it's like, okay, then it also like came out 7 years later.
Yes.
So people like, well, what is this really? Like if David Fincher's original goal of like having, those 3 movies come out ended up happening, then like people would have seen those shows like, oh, okay, this is the continuation on that, obviously. But then this happens, it's like, wait, is that related to the thing with before and the girl and like the cat that was horribly killed?
Oh yeah.
And it's just it's disappointing in a way like I don't know where to like start or where to go. It's just like.
And you were also disappointed by Halloween, right?
No, it kind of was. I thought it would be.
Yeah, okay.
Because I like the original Halloween a lot. It's super dope. But like the other ones are just like, and like Jamie Lee Curtis has done the same thing before.
That's true. She's
hopped on like this new, like this is Halloween now. It's like, is it though? Like I love, like you're great and I love your enthusiasm like as a person, but like. Is it though?
Jamie,
please. So like I kind of knew what I was getting into a bit.
Okay.
So that's why my vote is on the dragon girl.
The dragon girl.
The dragon girl.
Carrie, how are you feeling this?
I don't know. I think I don't have a lot of energy for any of these films.
That's true.
And Ryan is showing a lot more.
Yeah, that's where I'm going
energy
too.
of disappointment.
I disagree about but if you feel
I didn't dislike either of these 2 other movies, and I mean,
I think I would actually dislike that movie if I did see it. The girl with the fucking
probably
the girl with the fucking
spider's web.
Bad boy.
The girl with the stick in her eye.
Yeah. Okay. If you feel like that should be the one, I feel good about it too.
This hits home, and it also just shows that this franchise really isn't going to go anywhere in the future, which is like the saddest part. Like I know I can watch the Swedish movies, and those are apparently pretty solid, but like I don't want to go into like another casting of these movies, and I have to also read subtitles. Bullshit.
The girl in the homecoming.
Girl in the homecoming dress. That's who won.
All right. Well, The Girl in the Spider's Web, you are the most disappointing movie of 2018. Halloween and Mary Poppins Returns, also very disappointing movies.
Stop by the Alamo Draft House in Omaha, Nebraska, and collect your check. For $12.
The Midtown. Open now.
Open now.
They finally put the fucking sign up.
We are sponsored.
No, you're not.
We are
not. Do not say that.
If we say we are, then maybe.
Nope.
They'll send us a letter that says cease and desist.
You have drove business down, actually.
All right.
Let's go into
the antithesis.
High energy.
the antithesis of this cast category. Best surprise. Ryan, do you want to read the list for best surprise?
Best surprise is Christopher Robin. The Party's Just Beginning. The Incredibles 2. Cam, Unfriended, Dark Web. Bad Times at the El Royale. A Simple Favor. Aquaman 2018. Ant-Man and the Wasp. Mission Impossible, Fallout, Searching, and 50 Shades Freed.
Listen.
Surprise!
So, George, let's talk about the elephant in the room.
Sure. Well, actually, before
Aquaman
that,
2018, one of it deserves to be on this list.
I feel like this is the category where it actually has a chance.
All right, so let's get back to it later. So the other elephant, George, 50 Shades Freed.
Well, before that, like the last category, expectations like play a huge part in this category.
Yes.
The last 50
Most
Shades.
importantly, middle and like this will be fine.
Yes.
Or this is gonna suck.
Yeah. 50 Shades Freed is the best movie out of those three movies. And that's surprising that it's actually enjoyable. It's also super a soap opera. I enjoy it. It's got a good soundtrack. It's got good sex scenes with Dakota Johnson in it. But it doesn't have to be on this list.
I'm telling you, the more I hear George talk about these movies, I'm like, I gotta see them.
I think
we gotta have a movie night where we just binge all three and just like, ugh.
honestly, I'd be down.
Well, I know you would be.
Yes,
but
I would be.
when me and Carrie,
It's weird that bit is finally dead. It's finally over. I can finally rest in peace.
No.
I can't believe it took all until 2018 for those movies to finish coming out.
It started in 2015, and then there was like a while where like the director that originally had was like, I hate fucking working with this lady. And I was like, fine, I'll get my husband to fucking make them.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Where do we go from here? All right, so
Ant-Man and the Wasp. Let's start there.
Yeah.
A movie that I did not really enjoy that much.
Okay.
Like I thought, it was definitely better than I thought it'd be. But I also didn't think very much of it.
Yeah, I think this is a me that I thought I had a good time with it, man.
Oh,
the
you
Wasp,
did? Okay.
A whole lot. I liked it a lot. I mean, yeah, I also didn't have any expectations coming in from it. But yeah, I think it's funner than the first one. The first one very much felt like a movie that they kind of put together, but it wound up being still good, unlike Solo.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like Ant-Man and the Wasp a whole lot. I think it's. I enjoy Ant-Man.
The Ant-Man series is one of those Marvel ones.
It's a weird one, right?
It's a weird one, but it doesn't have like the kind of direction behind it where like that excites you,
right?
Like,
and no one expects much from Ant-Man.
Yeah,
like, Ant-Man's just doing his thing. I don't know.
Like I think what makes a Marvel movie like stand out is like some exciting behind the scenes stuff, like either a writer or a director that like really like hits it home. And the Ant-Man movies.
Or the possibility, right?
They have the possibility, but they never go.
But Ant-Man and
there.
the Wasp was like
the first Ant-Man, like it had
the imagination doesn't go wild. It was like, oh man, what if Ant-Man? Blah, blah, blah.
Like the first Ant-Man had like the Edgar Wright and Joe Cornish writers, you know, but then it was rewritten by Adam McKay,
right?
Which explains a lot of like why that movie feels so watered down. But I think this one was just written by like the director, maybe, I don't know. Probably some other people, and it just doesn't go anywhere. And also, it has one of those directors that's like he's fine, but like he doesn't like have like the same kind of like weird passion. Like for me, a good comic book movie, so like the Thor Ragnaroks or the Aquaman 2018s,
hell yeah,
or even the Guardians of the Galaxies, were
fuck no, just kidding.
Well, like they have directors that are like. They're weird people. They're weird. And like that really like makes a comic book movie crazy fun because the weirdness can kind of like be like put out onto this like weird nonsensical world in a way that like makes sense, you know. And Ant-Man and the Wasp, the Ant-Man series feels like it needs one of those people, but like there's like this guy'll do it.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's a very fun, simple. I prefer a simple superhero movie than an overly loud superhero movie that's clearly just fine. Like, you're just fine. I don't know. I like Evangeline Lilly a lot. Michael Douglas is great.
I will say this movie, it was a big surprise for me because I had no idea Michelle Pfeiffer was in this
Yeah,
movie.
Michelle Pfeiffer. I was gonna say Michelle Pfeiffer is
like,
also good in this movie. She was the
She's the
wife of Michael Douglas. She's only in it for a little bit, but she's pretty cool. And I assume she has a small role. I assume she'll be in Avengers. Did she disappear as well? Yeah, she did, right?
Yeah, everyone disappeared.
Everyone except
Scott.
him. It was so funny.
Scott.
God damn it.
That's still really funny how like you were laughing and the person next to you was like, oh no.
Guys.
All right, I'll take Ant-Man and the Wasp, but I really enjoyed Ant-Man and the Wasp.
I don't know if I'll ever be able to be surprised by a Marvel movie again. Like, anytime I'm gonna like a Marvel movie, I'm like, that's pretty surprising.
It happened the one time with Thor Ragnarok, and probably never again.
When's Avengers?
Next month, April.
Jesus Christ.
April?
End of
God
April,
damn
yeah.
it.
End of April.
End of April. Okay, then maybe I can watch it.
It's the last month of April.
Okay, the last month of April.
The last week of April, that's what I mean. Again, I'm sick. And I took medicine right before I got here, so I'm about to get fucking weird.
Oh, no. Ryan's getting crazy.
Why is Incredibles 2 on this list? Did I write that down?
You're the only one who saw
Why
it.
did I do that?
Yeah, why did you do that? I didn't see it.
Yeah, I didn't see it.
I
either.
had a good time, but I think I put it on there because I've always been an Incredibles hater. I've always been like, that movie's fine,
Yeah,
guys.
same here.
I've
I've thought about watching that movie on Netflix like for the last 2
But
months.
guys, the part
then-
with the super suit, and he can't find the super suit.
Incredibles does have good parts in it.
It has good parts.
And I think that's the thing why I put it on there. I realized it's good. It's fine.
Yeah.
That's all right. And it's mostly that same movie again, but it's Elastigirl this time.
Nice. And she's thick.
thick.
Yeah. Had no interest in seeing that.
Yeah, same
It's
Wait.
fine. The short is better that it's in front of it. Honestly, it's a lot better.
What's the
Was that
short?
Bow?
That was Bow. Yeah.
Yes.
Oscar-winning Bow.
Oscar-winning Bow. All right, that's gone.
Bow, bow.
So we got Christopher Robin, we got Parties Just Beginning, we got Cam, Unfriended Dark Web, Bad Times at the El Royale, A Simple Favor, Aquaman, Mission Impossible Fallout, and Searching. So Mission Impossible Fallout,
Sucks.
surprising because it's very much not a movie for this group, and I haven't seen it yet. But
Surprising because I enjoyed
Yeah, exactly.
it. I was like, what
Yeah.
the hell?
But these are also movies that are like critically acclaimed.
I had no idea. Surprise! They've been making these movies for years.
And people
I was
like-
like, whoa, huh? Yeah, that was surprising to me because I had never really I knew of Mission Impossible, but Tom Cruise was such a fucking meme to me. I was like, people don't.
Those are
take
just
him
action movies. They
seriously,
just
do
come
they?
out and he gets a paycheck from them.
But yeah,
No,
He
they're very
breaks his leg and he gets a fat paycheck and he's like, ha ha ha.
I mean, I gotta respect the hustle, right?
Uh-huh.
But yeah, I was very.
Isn't the hustle when you're a billionaire,
Yes.
basically?
More like a death wish, a
listen,
way to feel alive.
I'm honestly scared of Tom Cruise, so I don't want to
Same
say
here.
anything against him. He's small. He'll sneak in somewhere, and I won't see him, and he'll jump me.
He also pretty much has complete control of the script for
Yeah.
this movie, so these are pretty much his like expensive like fun time Tom Cruise vacation.
But yeah, mainly I just wanted to put.
I
this
still need to
on.
watch it.
It was.
I'm
good.
sure I'd like
I
it a
think
whole
you would
lot.
Like it, yeah.
I'd like it a whole lot.
Like it's got cool set pieces. A lot of the cinematography was really
Yep.
fun and interesting, and the action was cool. And Henry Cavill's in it, and he's real goofy.
Yeah.
He is real goofy, I'll give you that.
And you get to see the mustache.
You get to see the fabled
Finally.
mustache.
Let's see what this all was
Because
worth.
it's not just the it's the full facial here. He's got
Yeah.
the full shadow going.
And I mean, I saw it with a friend of mine who loves Tom Cruise and loves those films. And she kind of explained what I need to know about it and gave me a bit of an insight. Yeah, like what their friends, the little club, with their masks and stuff. But yeah, I think it's a good movie, and I'm just surprised that Carrie here in 2019
Right.
now.
It was very much
saying
Terry
the fact-
stepping out.
I enjoyed Mission Impossible.
Yeah, and they're gonna make those more rapidly because there's always been like a huge like gap between them.
Because that one
Yeah.
blew up.
They all do well, other than the one with Philip Seymour Hoffman. That's the one that people don't like. Oh, and the one made by John Woo. Oh,
That was the second one, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think at the time people liked it, but I realized like, why is there so many pigeons and explosions? And
You know. All right. Well, Mission Impossible is not on the list, but I just wanted to say.
Not that surprising.
Is Bad Times at the El Royale surprising?
I thought it was surprising because, well, I mean, I knew I was gonna really like it.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
But I thought I was gonna, because it's a very me movie, because it's ensemble mystery. But
Right.
I thought it was surprising because and I mean, I guess in scope of who the director is and his past work, it shouldn't be that surprising. But I liked that it took the conventions of group mystery, murder mystery kind of movie and sort of subverted them and played around with them and didn't really give succinct answers as to why everything was happening, or there wasn't like one person to blame for everything. It was just, I thought that it did interesting things, and I realized I hadn't put it on any of the other categories, and I wanted to give it a shout out because I'm the only person in the world.
Surprising thing is like somebody fucking likes this garbage shit.
It's so good.
I do like it too. But
I haven't seen it. I just know how people feel about it.
Mildly disappointed by it, just because I was pretty hyped by trailers and like the director.
The trailer's so fucking good.
The trailer's great. The director's great. The cast is like fantastic. But it just doesn't like flow the way you think it would, I guess. And characters that like you like the most, at least that I like the most, didn't really either stick around or have as much presence as you thought they would going in.
But I mean, like, that might be part of it, subverting your expectations,
No,
Ryan.
no, I totally get it. But it also feels like there should be like more players. You know what I mean? Like, it feels like there's not enough. Like, if this was like Clue but 2018, like there'd be a whole bunch of like weirdos in this hotel, but there's like 5 people, I guess. And like, I don't know, if it was like more crowded and for like those crazy scenes, I feel like I would have liked that a lot more. But I don't know.
There wasn't a lot of times where the entire cast was all in the same room.
Yeah, that too.
So I see what you're saying.
So
But
it's not on this
no,
list.
it won't hang, but I wanted to give it a shout out. And I thought that it was surprising because I thought it was just going to be goofy fun. Everyone shoots each other and is quippy, but there was a lot more going on.
So, George, are you a big Simple Favor guy?
I like that movie a whole goddamn bunch. And it's weird because I don't think it's very good. It feels like a guilty pleasure. It feels like I shouldn't like it, but I think
it definitely has that guilty pleasure like kind of vibe to it. I can definitely
Yes.
get what you mean by that.
I definitely want to describe it like Paul Feig goes fucking hardcore wild.
I was going to say,
Yeah.
how's the darker side of Paul Feig?
It's like a fun, sexy mystery movie.
Yeah.
Just like Bad Times at the El Royale.
Exactly. Specifically, like it's like 2 very good women like doing a really good job at these characters. And the mystery is like it's Gone Girl like diet caffeine free,
And like
but it still tastes pretty good.
and like doesn't go as hard as Gone Girl in some
No,
ways.
not even close.
But in some ways, it also is like, okay, I guess you're doing that. Like, you know what I mean?
Yes,
It's like, okay, that's bold, but also
like diet
weird.
caffeine free
Yeah, exactly.
with like stevia,
But like
fucking-
1 drop of like Adderall in there.
Nice. But you don't know
Um,
which drop it's going to be.
Exactly.
It's got the actor from Crazy Rich Asians. He's really hot in it, and he was hot in that movie. There are scenes where Anna Kendrick has sex. That's cool. What's her name?
I mean, when you know the context of the
Blake
scene,
Lively?
when you know
Blake
the
Lively's got some looks in
when
that
you know
movie.
the context
I've
of
heard
Anna
that her
Kendrick.
looks are cool.
Yes, and she plays like like a crazy person very well, or not maybe crazy, but like a Gone Girl, like
A Gone Girl, crazy girl.
a Gone Girl character, like
A
like
woman who's reached the edge.
Someone who's got more going on than you
yeah.
might assume. Should I watch this movie?
I think it's fine. Yeah.
How? When you think of the mind of
It
Paul
does not.
Feig,
It does. Well,
do you think of like
Paul Feig.
Paul Feig? What happens when the lights turn off and he's left alone with his thoughts? What goes on there?
See, I don't like Paul Feig.
I would say like it doesn't feel like a Paul Feig movie because there's not a lot of dumb comedy. Like there's some comedy, but it's not. Yeah. It's more like it's comedy that Anna
It's
Kendrick pulls off well. That works for her.
I trust Anna Kendrick a bit because she's funny.
But
Yeah. But it doesn't have. I'd like to have it stay on the list for a little bit. I don't. It's not gonna make it. I think.
Keep it around.
To the top 3. Unfriended Dark Web is definitely put by me here. It is a fine movie.
It is fine.
It's fine. I'd like it. I had a good time watching it.
I was surprised that Jake Paul wasn't in it.
Yeah, big surprise.
Even though, like, for some reason that was all over the internet that he was.
Just because
What a weird marketing scheme they turned that into, kind of. Like, hey.
That was mostly like someone said it, and I don't think they denied it.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly. They're like, what if people go to the movie for
Sure, I don't know. We're not saying he's not nice.
That is certainly dark web.
It also had 2 endings. And apparently, the one that we didn't see, I couldn't find what that ending was, like, anywhere on the internet.
It's a difference between, it's the same
outcome. I know what it is now. But
okay.
when I was originally, like, what happened, like, apparently, like, no one knew. And a stupid lie was on the internet.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, that sounds dope, actually. But it wasn't, and I was like, oh, man. Yeah. It's fine. It definitely like has more heart than the original one.
It's a whole lot better than the original.
Yeah.
I think
it's got characters. You don't hate everyone.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
got characters. It doesn't have like people like that are just like here for them on the shopping block.
Yeah, exactly.
We're just here to be assholes to each other on Skype.
Yes, I was surprised how good it was. But it's gone. Searching is a movie very similar to Unfriended Dark Web, and this one's tough because it's very good. I think it's very good. At the same time, I don't think it's gonna make top 3 of this list.
So I want to keep it just cause John Cho. Like he really.
I think for the amount of twists this movie has, it could have jumped the shark a lot. But for me, it worked well. I think the end is it's out there. The ending is definitely out there.
Yeah.
But also, I can see it happen. And John Cho's great. It's really just
always.
Yeah. I think they make use of the gimmick well. I think it makes sense. But it's not so much that I'd praise for it. Like, oh man, like the people who tell like, oh, it was all shot in one shot. Don't you understand? This is fucking art.
It took us 6 years to make this one shot.
You did the thing good, and it doesn't feel like a gimmick. It's just the story told very well through that, and it made sense because like again, like if you got some computer, like the dots you can connect. Especially I haven't played like games that are like about this. So like I'm trying to get into this person's phone and this person's email, whatever. Like what do I know? I can connect the dots or whatever. Like that stuff was all good. That was all good.
Yes.
But yeah, I guess we'll keep it on the list for now.
I like to keep it for now.
Keep it for now.
Party's just beginning.
Yeah, you all saw it. I want to see it a lot.
It's pretty good. It has some flaws, I would say, but for a first feature film director debut, it is surprisingly excellent, and it does a lot of like cool stuff like with shots like that are like simple. Like it doesn't have crazy cinematography. It's not like, shot in this, crazy interesting style. It's more simplistic, but it uses that well. A lot of like good like placement of like the scenes. But yeah, it's very great. It's very great. I love it a lot.
It's the tradition of Karen Gillan putting her in roles where she's mad, suicidal, and depressed.
Yeah, which
Dope.
dope. It's weird because she does like the Guardians and then Jumanji's, then like when she's like on her own doing something. Like,
yeah,
I'm sad.
Yeah.
I hate everything. It's like, okay,
Yeah.
you have like kid fans now, right?
Also, she has an incredibly thick accent.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very Scottish.
Yeah, very Scottish.
Like almost the most Scottish you can be because she's from Scotland.
But is it one of the most surprising? It certainly sounds like a pleasant surprise. Like
it is a pleasant surprise, but like when you know like the flaws of it, you're kind of like, It's like it's well intended, but like
messy.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's why.
But it's got Lee Pace in it.
It does have Lee Pace.
Pace.
But not enough Lee Pace.
Never enough Lee Pace.
Never enough.
I've said it once, I'll say it again. More Lee Pace, please. Thank you.
So
at Hollywood.
At Hollywood.
So the list is Christopher Robin, Cam, A Simple Favor, Aquaman, and Searching.
Ooh, boy.
Where are we going next?
Ooh. Is Christopher Robin surprising?
Yes, I thought it was gonna be bad.
I thought it wasn't going to be... I didn't think I was going to like it as much as I did.
I was going in with live-action Beauty and the Beast energy.
Oh.
I was like, this movie's gonna be garbage, and then it wasn't. It was one of my favorites. Like, that's also the most surprising thing. Since, like, I thought I would enjoy it, but it stuck around in, like, I think it's, like, in my top 15. It's, like, number 12 or something right now. It's like, how the hell did this happen? I love it. Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah.
Such a boy.
And it also helped that, like, the expectations... This is a weird one for expectations, because as a child, as a person who grew up in this world, I love Winnie the Pooh. Mm-hmm. But I forgot that going into seeing Winnie the Pooh, and once it started,
and then you felt bad.
Oh, yeah!
You forgot about Winnie the Pooh.
That guy! I used to love that
This
guy.
nice lad.
We go way back.
Oh, yeah. And so it was surprising, like, yeah, once it started, like, oh, yeah, I forgot I cared about this character.
And they're like, I'm sorry, I forgot. I
And
cared
it's
about
done
you.
well. The only thing that like was a turn off was that the voices were different, but I understand like
That's true.
stuff didn't work out.
And I mean, I think
at least they-
collectively we had such a nice, genuine time at this movie. Like,
Yeah.
we all just laughed together in such
was
a
good.
nice way.
It's a very warm, like kind of film.
Yeah.
And it has Haley. Well,
Yeah,
right?
she's
Yeah.
the
Okay,
one.
I thought I imagined that.
And Ewan McGregor.
And
Hello.
Ewan McGregor.
No.
Ewan McGucci.
Ewan.
Who?
All right, so I guess Christopher Robin isn't going anywhere.
Woo.
For now.
I think it's time for me to get rid of A Simple Favor. It's definitely my top, probably my most. Well, no, I think Aquaman's probably higher. It is one of the most surprising movies of the year for me because Paul Verhoeven, I'm not a fan of him, and I'm a big fan of the like mystery lady is doing crazy stuff. Big fan of that genre.
Some would say the best genre.
I like it so much it feels like trash. But yeah, it's gone. Good job, Paul.
So now we're stuck here.
We haven't talked about Cam yet.
Cam is a big surprise.
It's also kind of like the definition of a surprise.
Yeah, because it just kind of dropped on Netflix.
I had never heard of it.
Yeah.
But it's surprised because it's a Blumhouse thing. It's a Blumhouse horror movie that dropped on Netflix, and it was good.
Yeah.
Yeah, like really fucking good, which is the crazy thing. And like it also makes sense why it was dropped on Netflix of all places.
Everything about it made sense. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Which is what's so surprising about it. And for me, like what's again like surprising is the way it treats like her like sex work. It doesn't like paint her as like, oh, you're doing this thing that's like, no, it's just her job, and it treats that very respectfully. And that's not really any female driven movie. That's not what you'd expect going forward. Like, oh, she's gonna.
It's weird.
Someone's gonna tell her like, you don't need to do this.
It's weird because like I
that.
think like when I'm already like I already had like that's how it should be. I forget that like that's not the norm.
Yeah.
And when I think about it, oh yeah, you know what, you did that well. You actually did that very well. But yeah, I think Cam stays on this. I don't think we have to have an argument about it.
Yes.
Maybe. I think Searching's got to go. That's what I meant. Like I think, I don't know. Unless we. Aquaman is legit a good fucking movie.
Yeah.
We're not cutting Aquaman.
No.
Okay.
If it's between Christopher Robin and Searching, I think I'd cut Christopher Robin because I think I knew deep down I was gonna like enjoy it on some level. Like it's not like Beauty and the Beast.
I agree. I didn't go with
like,
Beauty and the Beast energy. Which is fair also to come
even the way like the movie presented itself in the trailers was like, oh,
That's true. I remember that teaser trailer where it was the scene with him on the bench, and then Pooh's there. It's like, oh, I don't see any cracks, maybe a few wrinkles. I was like, so yeah, that's true. I was safeguarding my heart because I was like,
Right.
I don't want this disappointment again.
Because I'm fine with these like Disney remakes in live action.
I'm less than fine with it, but I walk
Like
with you.
going forward, like I'm fine with the.
If it's gonna happen,
I'm fine with the concept. What Disney is doing with that concept is not how I think they should be going forward with it. Like fuck.
I think Lion King will be good though, Because Jungle Book was great. I love Jungle Book.
I rewatched Jungle Book
It hasn't
recently.
aged well. Oh.
I never liked it much to begin with.
I love
it's
that
good.
movie a
It's
lot.
no,
I
it's
liked it a
it's
lot.
good. It's good. It's good. It's just not my thing. But I don't know how a live action one is gonna compete with because it has cool visuals. Like,
That's very true. That is also
animation.
true.
And the
Jungle
Disney
Book wasn't
live
about the
action
color.
stuff
That movie was
feels
about the
very
color.
dull
That's
and
true.
dry.
Yeah. It's like it very much feels like when
But
we
my-
went to next gen for video games. Like, it has to be gray. It has to be like
Yeah.
fucking real, man.
But like when Disney does these live action things, it's either like we're returning to this old world like years later. So like the Christopher Robin and the Mary Poppins approach. Or
Right.
we're remaking the exact same thing.
That's true.
But
Okay.
it sucks.
Yeah.
It sucks because it used to be colorful and bright, but now it's gray and boring and we're
and
not
auto-tuned and stupid.
Yeah, and we're not hiring like people who can sing to do this. We're just
We're hiring Dan Stevens.
We're
Yay!
To be fair, though, Donald Glover can sing.
He can.
So that is the one good thing.
Who's
And-
Dan Stevens? I haven't even heard of Dan Stevens in forever.
Who cares?
He's the Beast in Beauty and the Beast.
Oh yeah.
Probably because his voice was like this.
I only know him from The Guest.
Yeah, he was in Colossal too.
Oh, he was. He was the
He
boyfriend.
was the British boyfriend.
Yeah.
yeah.
I think that's a good argument for it not being on the list.
Yeah.
I can see that.
Because
It
I
was still
think
surprising.
because the pitch PowerPoint meeting sounds more interesting than the pitch PowerPoint meeting for like any of the other Disney live action stuff coming out. At least
That's true.
in 2019. Because 2019 we have fucking Dumbo. Boo.
Yeah, it's.
We have Aladdin.
Alright, I'm gonna come out right now. I'm excited for Dumbo.
I'm excited about like the what they do
no.
with art, like the stuff they've shown, like it being like, oh, it's like the World's Fair. That stuff I like a lot. Like costumes, I like that. I like what they're doing with the characters, the actors.
There's a deep-seated part of my emo teen soul who's just like, I love Tim Burton.
Oh
So
man,
I'm like,
nah,
I'm worried.
I'm
I can't help it, George.
Oh man, that old man keeps lacing up his boots, coming down to the ring, keeps doing his whole song and dance. I'm like, man, I don't know, guys.
But I mean,
He said that one thing about black people that one time. I don't know.
I don't even know. I don't want to know what that was, but it sounds bad.
But
You guys like black people are great.
Oh my God.
I was like,
all right, I took off Christopher Robin because
All right.
I was the one fighting for it, and I was convinced.
okay, cool.
Aquaman's the winner.
Aquaman, no, Aquaman. Oh man, it all got fucked now.
Because, like,
I thought it was gonna be
No expectations.
yeah, no expectation. I thought it'd be weird at best, and even in that, I was overblown.
It
It's
is
like, whoa!
fantastic. Just great.
Whoa!
I'm glad we can finally talk about Aquaman.
It is so good. It is such a bizarre fucking trip in the best possible way. Jason Momoa is just here having a good fucking time. It's great. Oh man.
Patrick Wilson is acting.
He is. Oh man, this is it. This is Eddie Redmayne and Jupiter Ascending.
you're right.
Oh man, but it works.
But yeah,
But it
it's
works.
okay.
But it's good.
It's okay because it's Patrick Wilson.
Yes.
And he's in the ocean.
And William Dafoe is in
And
it. He's a
did you
martial
see
arts
his out-
master.
Did you see his outfit as Ocean Master?
Yeah.
Like it was the exact same from the comic book, and it looks stupid, and it was
looks
great.
It looks like he's got like a star-nosed mole nose on his head. I heard some comparisons that he looks like Bible Man. Is that true?
Yes,
Yes.
he does
Yes.
look like Bible
Yes,
Man.
he does.
He does.
Mwah.
He does look like Bible Man.
Mwah. Yes.
Yeah, Aquaman's
Aquaman's
fucking.
so
We
great.
have to wait till 2021 for the next Aquaman
Bullshit.
movie. Yeah,
And they're making the spin-off on
they're
the
making a spin-off.
Wait, is the director hanging out still for them?
Oh, he better.
Okay.
I
I kind of want him to go back to horror, but
Yeah, no.
No, I want him to make at least Aquaman 2. At
make
least
The Reef. The Reef is going to be a spooky movie.
Spooky fish movie.
Spooky fish.
La Llorona coming in theaters soon.
Anyways, you heard it here first.
Aquaman is the most surprising movie of
Obviously.
2018 by a fucking mile.
That was no surprise.
What a good movie.
What a great time. What a fantastic time to have with the family in the holiday season. It's a great old
And by
time.
family, I think we all meant us in January when we all
Yeah.
had free tickets, and we decided let's just see
With
Aquaman.
our Christmas gift cards to the AMC.
I think I like it more than Wonder Woman.
Definitely.
Because there's not a veil of like posturing to it. It's just honest.
It is my favorite DC
It is just
movie.
genuine.
Yeah,
It is
of like the new.
yeah, the new
No, of any DC
Dark
movie.
Knight Rises. Fucking fuck yourself.
Fucking Dark Knight. Boo. Boo.
You know what? I agree.
Yeah, exactly.
Listen, it's very easy to be cynical about that movie, and I wouldn't blame you, but in my heart, I still want to say it's good. So I'm going to keep on to it.
Man.
Anyways, I think we're going to take a break now.
Short break, just so we can get off that Aquaman high.
Yeah, but we'll be back with, what do we do? Best performance in the best movies of 2018. And we're back, folks, with best performance. We got quite a bit of talented people here, but us, incredibly talented individuals, must decide who is the most talented. We can relate to all these people here as very talented individuals. Carrie, the most talented of us, can you read this list of people here?
Well, we got Tilda Swinton as Madame Blanc, Mother Helena Markos, and Dr. Josef in Suspiria. Elsie Fisher as Kayla in 8th grade. Toni Collette as Annie in Hereditary. Jason Momoa as Aquaman in, get this, Aquaman. That CGI octopus in Aquaman. Anya Taylor-Joy as Lily in Thoroughbreds. Nicolas Cage as Red in Mandy and Spider-Man Noir in Into the Spider-Verse. Helena Howard as Madeline in Madeline's Madeline. Rachel Weisz as Sarah Churchill in The Favorite. Jim Cummings as Officer Jim in Thunder Road. Lady Gaga as Allie in A Star is Born. Chloe Grace Moretz as Cameron Post in Cameron Post. Chadwick Boseman as King T'Challa in Black Panther. John Cho as David Kim in Searching. Claire Foy as Sawyer in Unsane. Shameik Moore as Miles Morales in Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Sam Lerner as Ronald Ronnie Wachowski in Truth or Dare.
Favorite right there.
Blake Lively as Emily Nelson in A Simple Favor.
We all know the winner, right?
What a list.
Right,
It's Sam Lerner as Ronald Roddy Wachowski.
All right, thanks for tuning in,
This
everyone.
is the fan favorite one, yeah. This is the one that people are going to tweet about being really upset that they got snubbed. Man, what a fucking list.
I see how it is. Tell me to read the super long list, huh?
All right. That CGI octopus in Aquaman did great work, and I respect it.
Some stuff came out about him.
No, don't cancel the octopus.
The octopus has been canceled, so unfortunately, CGI octopus.
Wasn't there a thing going around where it was talking about how James Wan was inspired by Mad Max when he made Aquaman? Because like they had the drum guy in that movie. That might have just been something Twitter made up, but I thought that was really funny.
Both sound accurate.
We need a ridiculous drum playing character.
While we're on the subject of Aquaman, I love Aquaman as the last category show. I don't think Jason Momoa is going to hang in this list.
He really does play as himself, which I love himself.
He's having a good time.
Woohoo! Redheads, am I right? Oh my god, I'm so excited for the sequel because there's so many more great one-liners.
Oh, yeah.
Oh man. So great.
Did you already delete him? He's gone.
I deleted him.
And now we're at a place where I don't know where to go from here.
Exactly. No, Nicolas Cage in let's talk about Nicolas Cage first off.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I don't know if I want to delete him.
No.
But I know I'm not actually. But...
And Spider-Man Noir, I think Spider-Man Noir is probably the least because he plays a bit character in that.
Yeah. I just wanted to give a shout out to my personal favorite part of Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
So I guess we can delete that half?
Sure. We can delete half of his performance.
Yeah. But obviously Red is that movie it's that the movie's called Mandy, but obviously he's like the central character in that story. And it's a fucking performance that is certainly Nicolas Cage.
It's a lot of his classic isms, but like amped up.
Yes.
And in a place where they actually play well and work well and have depth.
It's a crazy universe that like actually feels like it can handle
Nicolas
Cage, which is always good.
But why'd you want to bring it up, Ryan?
I don't know. That's just when I'm looking at this list, I'm like, Nicolas Cage gave a performance. Like in
Yeah,
the most like descriptive sense of a performance, that was a performance.
My God, what a guy!
John Cho as David Kim in Searching. That movie is another movie that doesn't work without his performance in that movie.
I can't think of like anyone in that anyone else that could like really like pull that movie off. I mean, obviously, I think someone could.
Yeah,
sure.
But it really feels like his like baby, this movie, and that also just makes that performance come out. It feels like something that he's really dedicated about.
Right,
and he's always someone who I feel like when he does characters, he like really like invests into that character without being like a method actor.
Mm-hmm. I think also Searching is very. I think Searching and Mandy have roles that they feel like they're made for the actor, or at least they work well for the best qualities of that actor. And John Cho plays a great sympathetic character because everybody loves him, and you want to see him through. And he's played in this dad role where he does like we put in best moments. When he starts that live stream,
he's such a dad.
Right?
Such a dad.
I'm pretty sure. I don't know if I imagined it, but he did the whole bit of spelling Tumblr with an E. Yeah, and I was like, that's right.
Classic John Cho.
But yeah, it's.
Where do we want to
I think Blake Lively as Emily Nelson in A Simple Favor. I never liked Blake Lively, and I like her in this film, but I don't think she hangs in this list. I think she does a great, intense, intimidating character. And also, like, she just looks great in that movie. But, yeah, she's not going to hang in this list. So we could take that off.
Delete her.
Mm-hmm.
Blake Lively, consider yourself deleted.
So I haven't seen Thunder Road. So
that's just scary seeing it.
Jim Cummings,
I wanted to
Officer
give this movie a shout out because Jim Cummings is also the director of this film, and it's not Winnie the Pooh Jim Cummings. It's a different Jim Cummings, so don't get that twisted. It's not him. But basically the setup of this movie is he plays like a smaller town. He's a cop, and he's kind of a misunderstood underdog kind of guy. And he has just lost his mother. His mother has just died, and he is currently in like a bit of a custody battle for his daughter with her mother. And her mother is clearly not a sufficient, because she has full-time custody, but she's clearly not a sufficient guardian, but he doesn't want to take the daughter away from her. So it's just very interesting dynamics with that. And it's kind of a bummer movie, but his performance is just so solid and laced with this comedic timing. And I don't know, it's hard to explain in words, but if you watch the trailer, it's just a clip of this monologue that he gives halfway through where he's being fired from the police force, and he's just like stripping his uniform off and throwing it back at them. And it's very emotional, but it's also funny at the same time. But I just really like it. And I just wanted to give him a shout out because he's a cool dude, and he's vocal on Twitter about how the process of getting his film like distributed and everything. And it's on Amazon Prime now, so check it the heck out. He doesn't hang, but maybe if you saw him, he would.
Right.
Ooh.
And I think the unfortunate thing, like, really, like a lot of people, there can only be 3 on this list, and it's gonna get rough. And I think with that being said, I'm gonna cut Anna Taylor-Joy as Lily in Thoroughbreds. Again,
pain on this.
Yeah, I really love that movie a lot. And again, I have it because of Carrie, but I just haven't had the time to sit down and watch it again. And I will soon once I have more time. But man, that fucking movie, and she plays such an intense character. But also, maybe it fits the Anna Taylor-Joy. I think Anna Taylor-Joy definitely has like the she has the sort of the thing to pull off a very intense character. It's the way she delivers lines. It's the way just her face.
She has a severity.
Yeah, she has a severity to herself. I feel like she would make a great villain in a lot of stuff. Ooh. And yeah, I like Thoroughbreds a whole lot, but it's not gonna hang here. We can cut that. And I'd also, with that being said, I don't know. I think Chadwick Boseman's fucking great, just in general.
Yes.
I don't know if this group here feels strong enough.
His group.
Yeah. But yeah, I think Chadwick Boseman does a great job in Black Panther.
He's definitely one of the like Marvel actors who I feel like does that character like who does their character like best. Where like I don't think anyone else could really like bring that kind of nuance to that character. Mm-hmm. And it's definitely one of the better Marvel movies for sure. But again, it's a Marvel movie, and it didn't win Best Picture, so it's trash. His performance is trash.
I would have been fine with Black Panther winning Best Picture over Green Book.
Yeah, honestly. Honestly.
Like, I would have been annoyed, but it wouldn't have been Green Book.
I think I would have been more annoyed with just, like, the comic booky fan reactions. Like,
sure.
yeah.
Validation finally. Hell yeah.
Yeah. I love to be in that, like, what that room is, like, in this sort of situation, we have a bunch of people just debating, and it'd be like, all right, well, if it's either gonna be this or Black Panther. It's like, come on, guys, like, we don't have to, like, we can walk this back. I'll fucking give it to fucking anything. We'll put the Bohemian Rhapsody. What are you guys like? We can't do this.
Please, God.
So yeah, now unfortunately, I think it makes sense to get rid of John Cho now that we've gotten rid of some favorites.
Get rid of what?
John Cho.
John Cho.
I think it makes sense now, but I don't know. Should we talk about some other ones, maybe?
I think you're right, but I'd hate to do that to
John Cho.
All right. John Cho. Can you tell me about Claire Foy as Sawyer in Unsane, Ryan?
Unsane.
Oh, have you seen it too, Carrie?
Yes.
Okay.
Unsane
you've talked about it the most.
Is dope. It's dope.
It's pretty good.
It really like. I don't know. Now that I've seen Girl in the Spider's Web, my love for Claire Foy has gone down quite significantly. Oopsie. And I don't blame her because a lot of stuff was going on.
She's just getting a paycheck, really.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, and her character in this is very sophisticated. It's one of those things where like you don't really understand what's going on, and it doesn't play with that in like a stupid way, like a lot of these kind of Shutter Island ass movies have going.
Fucking Shutter Island.
But yeah, it plays it simple. It plays it cool and cut, and she does a great job. I don't think she hangs, but you know, if we're gonna do like a reward for someone who struck high at the beginning of 2018 and then was a significant low at the year 2018, I think Claire Foy wins that award as well, but I'm all right with cutting Claire Foy.
Okay.
In Unsane. I think Unsane is not the best movie in the world, but I think her performance definitely makes it watchable.
It's got some good things going for it. Like the whole, it's very unnerving to me, the bit of her just like being entrapped into the ward. Like, I don't know, like she goes in just for a basic therapy appointment, right?
Yeah.
Like just to talk to someone, and then they're like, all right, now you're committed and you're gonna stay here, and then every time she tries to get out, they're like, no, you're just crazy, go back in your room. And it's like, that's very upsetting. Do we want to talk about Rachel Weisz as Sarah Churchill in The Favorite?
Yeah, she's fantastic in it.
Yeah, she was my favorite performance in that movie.
I would agree. I would 100% agree. I think Emma Stone does good, but she doesn't do anything that I wouldn't expect Emma Stone to already do. Like when she, like, I don't know, it's like watching like a good performer do a good performance, but like not, like you're very much reaching like, this is what I expect from you. Like,
yeah.
Maybe that's because I'm not as familiar with Rachel Weisz's work that it really hit out of the park for me personally.
I haven't really seen her in much either,
but it's still good regardless.
She's in this, and
I saw her in Disobedience recently.
Oh yeah, I was gonna watch.
She's very good in that.
I've seen her in this and The Lobster, and I've probably seen her. In
she's in The Lobster.
Oh yeah,
yeah, she's part of the Yorgos troupe.
Oh man,
the traveling Yorgos troupe.
Just weirdos,
just weird, crazy, unhinged.
Olivia
people.
Colman was in The Lobster too. She was the lady who ran the facility, like the one who interviews Colin Farrell and is like, have you decided what animal you'd like to be? A lobster is an excellent choice. That's her. Good movie. But anyway, Rachel Weisz in The Favorite. I don't know if I like her for her performance or if it's just that I liked her character more of the dynamic.
Character, yeah, that's very true actually, huh?
Because she's like the firm, no bullshit, but she actually loves you character. And I don't know, I really liked her.
That's a good point. I didn't think about it like that, but yeah. But she plays the role well. Great.
Yeah, she really does.
But yeah,
I don't know if she hangs though, because for whatever reason, our energy on the favorite in these podcasts is not the best. I haven't gotten a chance to rewatch it yet though, so it feels distant.
Huh.
But I do really, really love it.
Well, should we talk about Lady Gaga as Allie in A Star Is Born? Because I don't know. I haven't seen the movie, but I love Lady Gaga a whole fucking lot. Mm-hmm. But would it make more sense to maybe talk about her before we talk about cutting Rachel?
Sure.
Not that either have to go.
Yeah.
But I just...
They're out of here.
Yeah.
Let's not talk about them all. Just cut them both. Ronnie wins.
All right, well, hold it right. I mean, I really like Lady Gaga a lot.
Sick.
And
I think that's a universal truth.
Yeah, that's just general knowledge.
But also I felt like people have said they feel a little bit colder about A Star Is Born, having some distance.
Yeah.
I'm definitely on that train.
I feel that way too. I think I love, as I think about it more and see more takes on it, I'm like, she didn't have a lot of agency in that movie, and it was just kind of Bradley Cooper peddling her around, and it might not be as kosher as we may have thought. But
I also really hated Bradley Cooper's comment about when he wasn't nominated for Best Director. He was like, I feel like I messed up. It's like, it was your first time doing it.
I suck.
What are you talking about? What's wrong with you? That was like, okay, I was like indifferent on Bradley Cooper before, and now I'm like, shut up.
He's hard on himself, Ryan.
Hard on yourself.
You need to hug.
You expect to make an omelet once, and you expect Gordon Ramsay to show like, this is the best omelet of all time. Shut up.
After your first omelet. No, but I love her, and I think her performance and her presence in that movie is totally what makes me like it. Right. If she wasn't in it, I would probably have liked it.
She brings so much.
Exactly. I would have liked it. And like, what my favorite thing about the movie, where I am now, is I listen to the music all the time, and I love the songs. And so if she wasn't there, like, writing the songs or being in the movie, there would be nothing.
This might just be a Bradley Cooper vanity project, honestly, without her.
It is.
It kind of still is, yeah. But I don't know. I feel like I would be fine with cutting her. I love her. And the fact that we're in a world where Lady Gaga has been sweeping awards, and it's now more valid to be a Lady Gaga fan, because people are finally recognizing her talent.
Mm-hmm. It's wild to me that there was a point, like, in pop music discourse where people kept comparing her to Katy Perry. And it's like, what are you guys even talking
Imagine
about?
The alternate universe.
Yeah, look at the year those two have had and compare it. Jesus Christ.
Imagine the alternate universe where Katy Perry was in The Star Is Born.
Ugh. No.
Teenage Dream was a good album, and that's it. I liked it as a pop album. That was her
hot take. The only Katy Perry song I've ever liked was that Alien one that she did.
That's the one. Like, all right,
that's it.
The one with Kanye West. Well, is a feature in it.
I liked that one.
Mm-hmm. All right, so are we cutting her?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I think this was like an awesome like step for her to like being like a real like Hollywood actor, and I'm excited to see what project she hops on next.
Is she gonna direct?
Is she? Is that thing she's promoting a new album or?
I don't know.
Enigma?
Yeah,
that was her Vegas show.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. All right. So the list so far is Tilda Swinton as Madame Blanc, Mother Helena Markos, and Dr. Josef in Suspiria. Elise Fisher as Kayla in 8th grade, Toni Collette as Annie in Hereditary, Nicolas Cage as Red in Mandy, Helena Howard as Madeline in Madeline's Madeline, Rachel Weisz as Sarah Churchill in The Favorite, Chloe Grace Moretz as Cameron Post in Cameron Post, John Cho as David Kim in Searching, Shamik Moore as Miles Morales in Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, and Sam Lerner as Ronnie Rokowski in Truth or Dare.
Ronnie can't refuse shots. Everyone knows that. Everyone.
I think now at the point where we just cut Lady Gaga, we should probably cut Sam Lerner.
Yeah, let's George please cut John Cho first. And then let's cut Ronald Rokowski.
All right, I'm doing it.
Thank you.
In that order.
Put it in the books.
John Cho, if you're listening, and I know you are, I do apologize.
Yeah, he's always on his computer.
Uh-huh. All right.
He's gonna go live on you now and be like, these
Let's,
cowards.
First off, let's like talk about Ronald Roddy.
Yeah, we deleted it without even talking about it.
He can't refuse shots. Everyone knows that. So Tilda Swinton.
Speaking of someone who showed their business, no, that was I don't think she ever got naked in that movie, did she?
In Suspiria?
Yeah, because a lot of people got naked in that movie.
That's true.
But I don't think she was one.
I feel like Dr. Josef.
Josef was naked, but I don't think Tilda Swinton actually has an old man body and a penis, though.
Whoa! If anyone here is like the better actor of anyone, it's probably Tilda Swinton.
Well, yeah,
objectively.
I don't know. Toni Collette, though.
Tilda Swinton has the acting ability.
What if they were in a movie together?
Yeah.
I would die.
Chloe is also in Suspiria. I just remembered that.
Yes. She has a smaller role.
She's a smaller role. All right, so
a very unpleasant role.
Yeah.
I don't know if Shameik Moore as Miles Morales in Into the Spider-Verse is going to cut it. Unfortunately, I think he does an absolutely fantastic, a really warm, a very relatable Spider-Man. I think he does a great job of doing the pitch why Miles Morales is so much different than Peter Parker. Does like in every shape and form. It's just fantastic, but I don't think it's gonna make it.
I agree.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's gone.
All right. What are we feeling now?
Okay. Well, can we at least out of one of these, can we agree on one being safe? I think.
Ronald. Roddy.
Ryan, gone.
I think maybe I'm crazy. I think Toni Collette is safe.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna bop her up a little bit higher than everyone else here.
That's fair enough.
So I'm saying she's safe for now.
She has a safety net right now. These other idiots.
We're not so sure. Should we return to Nicolas Cage?
Yeah, I think we should.
Because I love him, but as I think about it, it's like, I don't know if that performance would be compelling for people who don't already like Nicolas Cage or find him funny. So, like, I obviously have no way to assume that perspective because Nicolas Cage is my life, but I can't, I don't know, because it's a very powerful performance.
It's his best performance.
Yeah, like if
objectively.
If you are like us and have sat through his crap, and then you finally get to see him, because all the years of him like taking anything to just pay back his debt, it's like now he's finally doing something that it's, I don't know, it feels relevant again, but I don't know if he hangs here.
Yeah.
He's a good boy, but
goodbye.
Goodbye.
He is not a problematic fave. He is just a fave.
I don't know. I think there might be some stuff.
What do you mean?
I think you might have done some unsavory things. No, it's fine. It's fine.
The Ric Flair of this group is gone.
He's not on the list anymore, so it's fine. All right, so
y'all have been talking very specifically about the performance Helena Howard brings to this movie and the energy she brings to this film.
Oof.
So
it's,
I don't know where I'm going with that. It just sounds like that seems like a contender maybe for the 3, I guess, from what you've talked about.
I don't know. I think it would be a contender in my book. Because, like,
yeah.
I'm a person who watches movies a lot based on, like, I like this actor, it's fun. And I might not critically think about their performance very much. Or I'll just be like, that was a fun movie, fun things happen. But this is her first movie, and I walked away from that movie being like, wow, I am moved by her performance, and I've never seen her before, and this was insanity, and I love it. Because I really wanted to catch Madeline's Madeline again before I recorded, but I just did not have time.
That's fair.
But, I don't know, I'm just thinking...
It's one of those performances that, like in the same scene, like, everything about her personality can, like, shift, and, like, you can just tell immediately just by, like, the simplest, like, little things. Like, how, like, her personality changes between, like, her mother being in the room or not.
Yeah.
how like her weird expression, like when she roams the streets, just plain weird, crazy characters for
I love
for the
that
fun of
scene.
it.
Yeah.
Um,
I was just thinking of her as like a Billy on the Street type, just going up to people and acting at them.
So it seems like it stays still.
It's hard to really pin down what makes that performance like great, because it's so like
She's just able to convey the like mishmash and static that's going on in her brain, like, and just project it out. And it's like she's a sponge that absorbs all the pain and abuse that has been lodged at her and that she's done to other people, and can just blast it out. And it's so good.
It's very good.
It's a very monumental movie, and I love it.
Should we maybe put, at least maybe put and then remove her, Dakota Johnson as Susie in Suspiria? Okay, I'm putting. All right, I'm putting her and removing her on here.
Okay.
She was. I mean, if we want to shout out to like her choreography.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. That's the thing that I think.
The work that she put in for that
it's a
movie.
physical performance.
Yeah, very much so.
All right.
Some would say Tilda Swinton's physical performance of not only being
sitting in a chair,
being
a man who sits in a chair,
being a man who sits in a chair and being covered in goop and a baby hand. Like, that is a performance. Those are all performances in one movie. Like, you get the full Tilda Swinton experience. Like,
the Tilda whirl.
Oh my god. Can you change the name of the podcast, George?
Yeah, I think Tilda Swinton is super strong. It's hard to deny, especially when you play 3 characters in one movie. Fuck. I like, if I was to pick my favorite character, I like Dr. Josef a whole lot.
Not Mother Helena Markos.
She's telling Dakota Johnson to jump higher. Or that one of my favorite edits in that movie was after Susie finishes her audition, and then Tilda Swinton had appeared in the corner of the room, and it just like zooms in on her face.
That is what happens when you look at Tilda Swinton. Your brain is like. Brrr.
Shall we talk about Elsie Fisher in 8th grade?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oof.
Oof.
She plays that character just fantastic. And
it's extremely genuine. Like, I remember hearing Bo Burnham talk about when he was auditioning kids for the part, and how a lot of them would come in and be like super, like they were reading, I think they read like one of her vlogs or something.
Oh.
And so he would have kids come in, and they would just have this air of confidence about them, and they would be all like, "Welcome back to my videos," and then
what up, you two?
Exactly. The Jake Paulers were there, but he said that Elsie was just able to embody this awkward and unsure of herself character in such a
telling herself,
genuine and honest way.
Because telling herself what she wants.
Yeah, because I think he said that's how she kind of was. She's more of an like not anything against her or anything, but she was more in touch with her I'm not so sure of myself attitude than maybe some of these other jackwagon kids are. But yeah, I don't know. It's just super moving to see the performance from her as someone who is at that age. I think she had just finished 8th grade when she was filming this, and her being able to portray it so honestly and openly was lovely.
I like her a lot. I think
so cool.
She's a contender for me out of these.
This is a difficult list. We have a lot of great people.
Ryan,
It's all ladies now. Hell yeah.
I don't know if Chloe Grace Moretz.
That's totally fair.
I think the character's fantastic.
The character's fantastic. I have had people. I have read people complain that they thought she was the least interesting part of that movie.
Yeah.
Because I feel like the idea of her character is just to be like you can project yourself onto her.
Sure, I can see that as well.
Because she is very like. kind of a blank slate,
Yeah.
I guess.
And
And there's
she's
nothing wrong with the character
She's more
being like
subdued.
that. Yeah.
And
I think it takes a certain kind of talent to like portray a character like that. For you to be like, hey, I'm this character that I want people to jump into my shoes and experience this as if they're in this situation.
Yeah.
This horrible, like, awful situation of being in one of these awful camps and having all this horrible things happen around you and seeing the impact that it has on kids and how you can tell like how it's impacted them being there like for up to like years.
yeah.
And that's horrifying, and I think she does a fantastic job, and her arc in it is fantastic, and it's an absolute fantastic film. But you know, this is a tough list, and I think she's definitely like this. We're at like the top 5, right?
Not including Toni Collette, I think, right?
Toni, Tilda, Elsie, Helena, Rachel, Chloe. Oh, top 6.
Yeah.
Still, that's these are some great performances though. This is what makes it tough. But yeah, we can cut Chloe Grace Moretz. I'm not hurt by that. I know it's true. I think she's definitely one of my favorite, probably one of my top 3 performances this year. But totally understandable.
Do we think Rachel Weisz is gonna make it?
I'm feeling we might have to cut her now. I think I think it's tough because that's a movie where I definitely feel like she's the best performance there.
Yeah.
But it's not a movie where I think the performances are what is like the shining thing. I think like the conflict between
and the characters.
everyone.
I mean, it's a tough thing. Like I think like Carrie mentioned, like when you separate the character from the actor, I think. It's not like that character. Anybody can embody that character.
Yeah.
It's like Rachel that did the job there. But yeah, I don't know.
Unless you guys have something that you'd like to cut.
I'm sold. You guys have sold me on Helena Howard, but I don't know if you think she'd be a top 3.
I would love for her to be top
I would
3.
love her to be top 3 as well.
Okay, then I feel I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
So then that means we're looking for a third. So we're deleting Rachel Weisz.
We
right
are.
now.
So now it's between Elsie Fisher and Tilda Swinton. Wow. I wonder how she would feel. We're debating like who's a better actor, you or Tilda Swinton, and we were having a rough time.
Elsie would be like, what?
To be fair though, these are like Elsie Fisher, great performance. Tilda Swinton, 3 fantastic performances.
Jesus Christ.
It's tough.
I think it's
tough.
I think I'm leaning Elsie.
You're leaning Elsie. You know what? I'm feeling that too. Honestly.
Yeah. I don't know though. That's what to say. I'm also completely able to go if the room swings at Tilda. I'm 100% there as well.
Look, any debate on film could swing to Tilda Swinton.
Sure.
To be fair, because she's one of the greatest actors of all time.
Oh God, she's overqualified.
She's for this category. You know what? Honestly, disqualification for being too good.
Tilda Swinton presents best performance of 2018.
Are we gonna cut Tilda Swinton, you guys? I feel like that's what we're leading into.
I think that's what we're doing, but I don't know, Carrie. How do you feel?
It's up to you.
Great. Great. Tilda Swinton's gonna come
and also
suck my life energy now.
I also hope that Elsie Fisher's given another shot. It's weird because I don't feel like that kind of a role comes around often. Like that fucking like in terms of age, in terms of where you are in life, it's just like a rocket strap.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I can see
it's
the
tough.
industry forgetting you.
It's tough when you're of that age and you're in something that's pretty big. Like you either like that's your one role for the rest of your life, or like you're a star forever, basically. So that's what kind of sucks about being.
And it's especially weird when you think about it, because the character that she plays in this movie isn't one that gets remembered, really.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, it's not like Chloe Grace Moretz in Kick-Ass. It's a very strong, like loud character.
You know what? I think I'm gonna cut Tilda. I think she's probably won like 18 other.
Yeah, she's got a lot of
performances of the years. So you know what? That's fine. So we got Toni Collette as Annie in Hereditary, Elsie Fisher as Kayla in 8th grade, and Helen Howard as Madeline in Madeline's Madeline. With the winner being whom? I forgot. I gotta choose a winner now. Oh man.
So we haven't really talked about Toni. I mean, we kind of have. I mean, we talked about Hereditary as a horror movie. But yeah, I think Carrie always described what makes this movie so well.
In terms of a performance that I could never get tired of, it's Toni Collette as Annie in Hereditary, because it's just it's like she's mastered it. Her delivery, like when she's sitting there talking about her horrific life she's had up to this point in that therapy group, and she's just saying it cold and matter-of-factly, and then it cuts to everyone else in the room being like, excuse me, like looks of horror. And it's just, I feel like that's how you feel watching Toni Collette acting in this movie. It's just so easy for her, and you're just sitting there stupefied like, oh my good God, how are you doing that? But it's just like, she grounds the movie, she sells it as a drama, and she makes you care, and she
It's fantastic.
It's so good. It's amazing.
And not to put a monkey wrench in all this, but I feel like we forgot to mention someone that should be in this, and that's Ethan Hawke in First Reformed. Which is probably
I had him on the list, and I took him off because when we were talking about First Reformed, I realized that what I liked about the movie was the composition and the
that's true also,
and all the set pieces and the build up and payoff of him like losing it. That's true. So I didn't know.
It's more than the whole movie giving a performance.
So I didn't know if I had it in me to sell
his performance. Well, that's not what stands out with you about that movie.
No. Okay. Like I was about to say I love Ethan Hawke. I don't know. I'm fine with Ethan Hawke, but he was very good in that movie. But I came to realize that I liked the moving parts of the film more than just his specific performance. But his performance was very powerful.
Ethan Hawke is one of those actors where it's like, where he's like, you don't go to a movie for Ethan Hawke. But Ethan Hawke is in the movie like, fuck yeah, Ethan Hawke.
That's very true. Ryan, if you were to choose who the winner?
Honestly, when I'm thinking of performance, I'm honestly swinging towards Helena Howard right now.
Oh, I didn't see that coming.
Yeah. Because it's just so... The performance is the movie. And I think I'm coming to terms with, like, that's one of my favorite things. Those are one of my favorite kind of movies, which is one person and it's their vehicle and they just kill it. I love that so much. And for someone doing this as their first movie,
we do have two first time.
Yeah, they're both her and Elsie Fisher. Like, they are those movies, and they kill it. They absolutely kill it. But I think I'm moving more towards Helena Howard just because her character feels more disjointed. And that's probably due to her upbringing and like the world that she's around, as well as how she articulate. And what's interesting about both of them, they both articulate their issues in unique ways. Like Kayla does her vlogs, Madeline does her performance pieces.
That's true.
And in one of them, in Madeline's case, that kind of ends up making her problems worse, just because she's, used basically.
Yeah.
And that kind of brings out the worst of her, which is also interesting to see. You see like the inner pain just forcibly brought out to the surface. It's great. So that's why I'm leaning towards Helena Howard for this right now. But honestly, with these three people, I could care less who it goes to because
they're all great.
They're all fantastic.
One has to be a winner.
we haven't really talked about Roddy Wachowski.
You know what? You're right.
You're right.
That's true.
Wait, I want to add another person here. I want to add Zach Bagans in Demon House when he was pretended there was a demon in front of him. That was very convincing.
Yeah, that was so convincing. George, who are you leaning towards?
So I haven't seen Madeline's Madeline,
Yes.
but you guys have, very sold me enough that it's here. If I was to go with movies I have seen, my vote isn't necessarily the tiebreaker here. If it's between Toni Collette and Elsie Fisher, I think I would give it to Elsie Fisher. That's where I swing.
That's where you swing.
And I don't know if that helps at all.
Carrie, I feel like you're swinging towards Toni Collette.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah, exactly. So I was like, that doesn't help at all.
No.
Just like, okay, in terms of my favorite performance, it's Toni Collette. Because I adore her, and I adore Hereditary, and she's the maternal glue that holds that crazy shit show together. But
much like how you're the maternal glue that holds this shitty podcast.
am I? Yikes. But
I think for me, Toni Collette is like my third. If I was to stack rank these, it'd be Elsie, Helena, and Toni.
I think if I were to stack rank, which I don't want to do, but
if I had to stack, I think I'd go Helena, Elsie, Toni.
I think I'd go. Oh, I can't do it.
It's difficult, I know.
Okay. I love Toni Collette, but if we're thinking about best performance, I will stack them as. I'm still gonna put Toni Collette at the top, but then it would be Helena and then Elsie.
It sounds like Helena wins this.
Because her performance... I love Elsie Fisher's performance so much. But Helena's performance as Madeline was just like hypnotizing. It was just so fucking good. And again, fine with anyone here winning.
Yes.
Toni Collette is my personal favorite, but I am very happy if we give it to Helena.
All
right, and so it is then.
Roddy Wachowski
He is the
sweeped it in
winner.
the end. He always gets what he wants.
Everyone knows that. Oh, he
boy.
He fell off the pool table because someone dared him to show them his business.
Helena Howard is the best performance in Madeline's Madeline. Toni Collette and Elsie Fisher are also fantastic performances in their respective films. All right. Best movie of 2018.
This is the big one.
We are looking to rank 10 films on this list in an ordered list from 10 to 1.
Oh boy.
In this list we have for best movie. Are we writing more as we go?
No, sorry.
Okay, that's fine. Hereditary, Suspiria, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, The Miseducation of Cam and Post, Aquaman, Paddington 2, Cam, Border, The Favorite, Ralph Breaks the Internet, Madeline's Madeline, Annihilation, 8th Grade, Mandy, Black Panther, A Star is Born, Christopher Robin, First Reformed, Isle of Dogs, Avengers Infinity War, Sorry to Bother You, Searching, Thoroughbreds, Blumhouse's Truth or Dare, and A Simple Favor. All right, let's just cut A Simple Favor right now. That was a bad bit from me. That's just gone.
Why did we add Infinity War to the list?
I think I just said I think I was like, Ryan, should this be in this list? And you're like, oh, fucking, I don't know, sure.
Yeah, that's fair. I'm gonna cut Ralph Breaks the Internet because I know that's not gonna make it. I love it. I know it's not gonna make it because you guys are haters.
I watched the first one and it was okay.
God. All right. I am not going to give a lot to First Reformed. Does it need to be on this list for a minute?
Yeah, I like it, but
Yeah, it's high ranking for me, but
I like the meme of First Reform more.
what-
Just that people really like it, and I see it on my timeline. I'm like, oh yeah, that was a movie.
But that one shot, George, is really
It is very pretty.
All right, get out of here, Ethan. You stupid bitch.
I think going on, we've all said that our like of Black Panther is kind of middling
Black
now,
Panther is not gonna,
and that's not gonna make it, unfortunately.
Where
Where was Bohemian Rhapsody on this list?
Where was Until Dawn, the best Rami Malek performance on this list as a movie?
I'm a healer, man. I just want to rip that park off of her and make some snow angels. A YouTube channel I watch has been doing a playthrough in the year 2019.
There's never a bad time to play Until Dawn, though, to be fair. That game
What
rips.
a fucking great game.
That game rips.
No. All right, Blumhouse Truth or Dare has had enough nominations in this. So...
No, that was my number one.
Okay.
All right.
Let's get down to business.
Let's get down
as
to
Ronnie
business.
Wachowski would say.
So how many do we have right now? 1, 2,
Probably a
3,
lot.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19.
Wow, we gotta cut a lot.
We gotta cut a lot.
Shit, dude.
So we gotta cut at least 9 movies from this list. I'm
I'm
gonna try and number them here.
Yeah, for now, I think we'll be good.
Actually, no, that's gonna fuck with the list. I'm not gonna do that. Actually, it's gonna fuck me up. I'm not
too
gonna like
dangerous,
it.
it's too dangerous.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Right. Let's, oh boy. We talk about Star is Born. Great movie. Thoughts on it have dropped. I don't think it keeps top 10. I don't think it's top 10 material. I'm gonna say it right now.
Yeah. Sorry, Lady Gaga. I love you.
We all love you.
I love
Come on the
you.
podcast anytime. Or just
she's small. She'd fit right here.
or just like hate out with us.
Yes, please.
I
Come watch Drag Race with me.
I don't think Searching is on this list either. I like it a whole lot. I don't know. What do y'all think?
It's tough. It's not in. I love Searching a lot. It was not in my top 10 of the year.
Yeah, me neither.
Okay, then it's gone. It's a good movie. I like it a whole lot. I think I put it on this list, but
Get that crap out of here.
Get that crappy shit.
Hound Dogs, man, it feels like it's such a long time ago, and I liked it a whole lot. It certainly hasn't gotten any play in this rest of this list.
No, we talked about it in style.
Yeah. I think I should stay for a little bit, actually. I don't know. I don't know.
What about...
Border. How strong do you feel about that movie?
I really like that movie.
Okay.
I've only watched it the once, so if I watch it again, it might go down in my opinion. But it's just such... I went into it expecting one thing, and it was something completely different, but I still loved it. But there's a lot of parts of it that do drag and are just really strange, but I think that plays into why I like it as well.
Mm-hmm.
But...
We can say here, but I think as much as we love Aquaman and we give it best surprise,
George, how dare you?
I don't think it should be on the top 10 here.
Yeah, it should be number 1 of the top 10.
As we said about Tilda Swinton, Aquaman is just overqualified.
Exactly. The movie's too good and also too bad to really be on the list. Man, oh boy,
What a film.
Let's watch it right now.
Yeah, goodbye, everyone. Oh my god, we should do like a commentary track.
Oh
of
my
Aquaman.
god, I
That'd
would
be so
love that
stupid.
so much. Our 2 commentary tracks, A Cure for Wellness and Aquaman 2018.
Holy shit, dude.
So we need to cut 6 now, I think.
You need to cut 6 more. Oh boy.
No.
Yeah,
I love Christopher Robin.
I do too.
It was not one of my top 10 of the year.
I think it was like very close behind my top 10, but I don't think it
Oh, well.
broke the border.
I actually need to look at the list of my list I made on Letterboxd in
Me
my
do
top
that,
10.
I do.
Because that's going to help me
I
a
feel
lot.
like it was at like 11 or 12 for me. But let me see.
George, what are you feeling right now?
There's at least one personal favorite that I want to get on this list if it means even number 10. So I'm fine with Christopher Robin as much as I like Christopher Robin. I'm fine with letting it go. Yeah. I'm extremely glad that I was able to remind myself that I love Winnie the Pooh, and it's very good. Yeah. So, but yeah, I'm okay with cutting it.
Yeah. Goodbye, Winnie the Pooh. Now I am letting you go.
Dumbass.
A bear of very little brain.
I love Madeline's Madeline. I think
it's certainly gotten its respect.
But it just barely did not crack my top 10.
And I haven't even seen it.
Exact same. It's my number 11.
All right.
And it's my number 12.
And I feel like I think we've given it enough. Yeah.
You want to know what I put at number 11?
What?
Ralph
Breaks Jesus. I knew I would be mad.
I put Aquaman 2018.
Respect.
No, Aquaman was number 22 on my list. It was right in between Christopher Robin and The Party's Just Beginning.
Where's Aquaman on my list? Aquaman is number 45.
You saw a lot more. You saw a lot more.
That's true. Let's see.
I have a total of 56.
I have a total of 86. So
Whoa.
I saw 30 more movies than you.
Wow. That sounds about right.
Anyway.
So yeah.
Now
another film that didn't crack for me was Sorry to Bother You.
Yeah.
That was 14.
That would definitely be on my 10, but
Sorry to Bother You is dope.
It is dope. I'm just saying what's not on my top 10 at this point because I don't know where else to go from here. Thoroughbreds did not crack my top 10. I know George is a big fan.
Thoroughbreds is for me.
No, I'm just saying.
Thoroughbreds is the one I want to see at least at number 10.
Okay.
I love
fair.
that. In terms of walking out of that movie, I was just like, "Fuck yes, that movie kicked ass!" Like that is it's like that's Suspiria for me. We can bring once if things get tighter, we can talk about it for now. But I think I like to keep it right now. Man,
other than that,
I don't want to cut an Isle for Dogs, but I feel like I need to cut Isle for Dogs. I don't know.
I liked Isle of Dogs, but it's not one that I'm super passionate about.
Yeah, but it sucks. Like it was a good movie. I liked it.
Very good, very very well done.
Wes Anderson failed us on this.
It was a good. It was a good theater movie.
Yeah, it was.
This is the one that I haven't seen. This and Border that I haven't seen. So. I wanted to see Border.
What a fool!
Carrie, is Border for you sort of like where I am with Thoroughbreds? Like a movie that...
I really do like it, and it is in my personal top 10, but I am not, I love it, but I'm not I don't have, the I want to fight for this to be on the list energy, so if it needs to leave to make room for I'm being a good friend.
Oh man, Paddington 2's on this list, huh?
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is, George.
How fucking dare you even insinuate?
And I'm gonna tell you, George. It's
okay. If I'll delete Border to keep Paddington 2. Fuck Border.
I'm glad we finally made some progress on this podcast.
God damn it! All right. Well, all right. So.
George,
listen, let's just move on.
For now, let's take this list. We have Hereditary, Suspiria, Spider-Verse, Cameron Post, Paddington fucking 2, Cam, Favorite, Annihilation, 8th Grade, Mandy, Isle of Dogs still, Sorry to Bother You, and Thoroughbreds.
Oh yeah, why is that still there? That's gone.
Get out of here, Isle of Dogs.
Get out of here.
All right, what are we at now?
Yeah, could someone count
3,
that for
4,
us?
5, 6. Oh God,
George,
I
I'm just gonna.
All right, just quickly, and then just get it out of here.
Get out because they'll mess with us.
All right, okay, two.
We have to get rid of 2 more. Okay.
Oh Jesus.
Ah, Jesus. Get out of here. Oop,
okay. We're gonna get rid of 2 more. Boy.
See, if I
Carrie, where was Cam on your top 10?
I was just about to say, if I'm doing the Ryan approach of going in and saying ones that aren't in my top 10, where is it at? It's at number 32.
Wow. Cam was number 7 for me.
Yeah, that's why.
And I like Cam, so I'm fine with it being here.
We can cut Cam if that'll make this progress go.
No, I think it makes sense.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, how do you feel about Miseducation of Cameron Post? Do you feel like it needs to be on the 10?
That was my number 3.
Okay.
So I want it to stay. It's great.
Okay. Not that you need to cut. Not that you need to keep one baby on this list. I just need to know like.
If I had to cut one baby on this list, I think I'd cut Cam. I think I made my arguments for it. I've failed every time. And I'm just tired of defending.
What if
I just want to keep failing?
I don't want to keep failing.
What if we cut Paddington 2 and put Cam on the list?
No, absolutely not.
There's no one's just above Cam on my list.
George, I need you to come to terms with something right now.
I know.
If anything, Paddington is going to be number 1 on the list.
I'm just working for the crowd here.
What crowd? Who is on your side of this Paddington argument?
Okay. Does Mandy need to be on this list?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Although to be fair, Maddington was 9 for me, so it was on the lower end of my list.
With that, I think Cam then can go. Then I
Okay.
feel like
I failed her.
What? Where are you going with this?
I failed defending one of my movies, and you know what? That's fine.
Did we get rid of 2 already?
No.
Oh, okay.
We need one more.
Yeah, we do.
Again, for me, the lower ones, for me personally, are Sorry to Bother You and Thoroughbreds. But I know you're both deeply on those. So
Really? I think Sorry to Bother You is just so fucking great. I really do.
No, I
Super
agree.
cool.
It's dope. It's one of my top. It was 14 for me. Maybe I need to see it again. But yeah, as for like this list now, I would have a hard time.
I don't want to cut the favorite, but what about the favorite? It's very good.
It is very good. For me, it was number 10. So if we cut it in favor of other stuff, I'd be totally alright with that, personally.
It feels weird.
It does
have
feel
a
weird.
2019 list
It does
that
feel
does
weird.
not include the favorite.
But man, I feel
But
really.
we're also not including Green Book.
That's true. That is very true. I would feel very bad if we cut Sorry to Bother You. Like, man, that just feels fucked to me.
And I see not a ton, but there's a lot of people who really don't like that movie. And
That's
it just
crazy.
Confuses me, yeah. 'Cause it's so fucking cool, and I don't. Idiots.
Yes, some people I'm not gonna name names also don't like Paddington 2.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Bunch of liberal cucks, am I right?
Spider-Man to Spider-Verse is on this list, right?
Yes.
Like, that's on this list.
Yes.
Okay, just making sure.
Yes.
Yeah, see, what I was gonna do was gonna go through and be like saying the ones that aren't in my personal top 10, but then Ryan would throat punch me. Because it's mine, if I were to cut the ones that aren't in my top 10, would be Spider-Man, Cameron Post, Sorry to Bother You, and Thoroughbreds. I think the rest of these, yes, are all in my top 10.
I think the ones that aren't in yours, other than Thoroughbreds, are like on the top of my list.
I know. Like I said, I don't want some bony limb coming over here.
This is hard.
George, what are you feeling? I will cut the favorite. I'm that brave.
Wow.
I'm that brave. I'll do it.
Takes a great sacrifice.
I'll do it. I don't care.
It sucks. I feel a lot less dirty about cutting the favorite over Sorry to Bother You, but that's just me. Like Carrie said, it feels weird to have a list without the favorite. It feels really.
But I mean, that's not a reason to keep.
No, yeah, totally.
I like the movie a whole lot.
Because if we're going by that, then it's going to be number 10, and then
that's true, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So I feel like in that case we can cut the favorite.
All right,
get out of here.
So we have our 10 here, and now it's gonna get a bunch of.
Now
I always love when we get to this part because I look at it and it's like it's so us, like it's the three of us on the list, and it's I don't know. Sorry. It's cute.
So I think.
So first off, let me just take Paddington 2 and move that to the top of the list. No, just like the for us.
I think it's perfectly fine where it was.
No, I think for the purpose of like us making this, it make more sense of that, alphabetically wise, What? Because 2 numbers go first.
Yeah, if the title is just numbers.
Shut up.
Oh, right. 2 Paddington.
2 Paddington, 2 Furious. Am I right?
Don't put Paddington into Fast and Furious. Then George will actually start getting angry. But what if he was in Fast and Furious?
Doesn't matter. That series is dead to me now, man.
Oh, that's true. He'd be a very polite driver, and he'd be like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to
I'm
make
just
an
trying
illegal turn
to steal this car. What do they do in those movies?
So with our conversations, I think 9 and 10 are either Sorry to Bother You and Thoroughbreds. I think those are probably 9 or 10. And
what would be 9 and 10 though?
if I can get it, I would have Thoroughbreds as number 9.
those two are right next to each other on my list, actually.
I think for now on the PowerPoint we should probably put it in number order. That way.
Jesus Christ! I don't like this at all.
I mean, this looks good to me.
Number 1, we're actually at number 3. It's pretty great.
I mean,
all right.
Spider-Man and Camera Poster are a little high, but
I'm going to move Thoroughbreds to number 9 if that's okay with everyone else.
That's all right with me.
Okay, well then, I'm happy with that.
All right.
All
Carrie,
right.
would you like to move Cameron Post or Spider-Man down a peg? How are you feeling right now? Because I've made my case for Cameron Post.
Yeah.
I love it a whole lot.
I like Cameron Post a lot. I think I like Spider-Man more than I like Cameron Post. As I'm thinking now, I don't know.
I think Cameron Post is good where it's at, honestly, for me.
I don't know.
For now, I think
For
5
now.
is good. I also think, for me personally, Mandy's good where it's at too.
At number
8. That's just me, because I didn't like it that much.
I mean, I love Mandy, but it's fine. I would personally like to move 8th grade higher.
I agree.
I agree too.
I think Paddington would make a great number 7.
George, I don't know.
I mean,
what
that's fair.
Carrie, no.
Actually,
it
number
is
1.
absolutely not.
I've chosen my hill. Even though the Paddington 2 was not my number 1 movie of the year,
neither was it mine.
I am definitively making a statement here that it has to be number 1 on this list of the objectively best movies. Actually, that's fair. If this was the best movies, like, end of statement,
right.
Paddington 2 would then be the winner. If we're just thinking of 2018, maybe we should bring back...
give some of these other chumps a chance,
Yeah, exactly.
Give them their limelight.
These idiots. All right, George. For our friendship, or
whatever.
For I fucking hate you. Hating that bear. He's a good bear.
Such a nice bear.
Like, what do you have against bears?
I have nothing against bears. I'm tired of fucking normie ass bears getting the spotlight.
Holy shit.
Excuse. Well, just because Annihilation had a skull bear.
Oh, that was such a good bear.
Having trouble here, Ryan?
No.
That's quite good.
I've been agreeing web
I don't know about you guys, but I feel like Hereditary looks damn good at number 1. That just feels correct. I don't know if I'm speaking just for myself there, but it just feels correct.
Suspiria was my number 1 of 20.
Yeah.
And I think George is actually the same.
I can go. There are like 3 movies we can swap around in the top 3. I think. And I think those 3 movies that can move around in the top 3 are Hereditary. Well, actually, now I may be completely wrong. It might be 4 movies. I think. Ryan, are you okay?
Yep.
You almost died there.
No, I'm good.
Okay.
Does Payman have a hold of your psyche and your trachea?
God, I wish. No, because I don't have any throat.
Okay.
I don't have any throat meat because of my horrible illnesses. So the cough is bad. Anyways, back to movies.
What if we swap Cameron Post at 4 and Annihilation at 5 and move Annihilation 1? So we swap them. We just go flip.
That's fine with me.
Okay.
Totally fine with me.
I can't believe how positive I feel about Annihilation since I saw it.
Annihilation is amazing.
It's great.
It is, but I wasn't so hot on it when it came out.
Oh, really?
Yeah. That was good, but all right.
I hate movies that have to think.
And man, I really don't want this to be... All right. Okay.
Suspiria is number 1.
No. I don't think yet. Well, I hate we keep bumping it down. I'm sorry, Ryan, but I feel like Cameron Post should be number 6 now.
That's fine.
Okay.
I would love for 8th grade to be above Cameron Post.
Yeah. That just makes sense to me.
Yeah, you know what made sense to me? Paddington 2 being number 1. But you know what? Sometimes we don't get what we want.
All right.
Or get what makes sense. You know,
I think we can lock our bottom 5.
Which is Hereditary, Suspiria, Spider-Verse.
No,
the
6
bottom.
or 10.
Oh, the bottom 5. Okay.
Yeah,
So
or the bottom 4, I guess. Whatever you want to call it.
So number 6, Cameron Post. 7, Paddington 2. 8, Mandy. 9, Thoroughbreds. And 10, Sorry to Bother You.
Mm-hmm.
I'm comfortable with that.
So, actually, I would even lock 5. I think 8th grade at 5 is good. But I don't know. We'll see how this goes.
We'll see.
I think the top 5 is what we're messing around with. Mm-hmm. I like Hereditary a whole lot. It was kind of disappointing to me.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Right, go on. Explain.
It is not my favorite movie of the year.
Not mine either, I would say.
How does it feel to be wrong?
See,
I've never experienced that, so I would like a detailed analysis.
George hates Hereditary, hates Paddington 2.
The 3
What movies does he like? Back to the Future. I think Terminator 2 and Pulp Fiction.
No, actually, no.
Fight Club.
Exactly, there you go.
The Matrix.
I don't think that's in that. All right, I don't know the
I
sort
think
of
that's in the
character.
same camp.
Okay.
I think that's in the same camp.
So the 3 movies that I can see as the top.
As the top 3.
The 3 movies.
God, I hope that came up.
I hope so too.
Probably not.
No, I hope the 3 movies I can see as number 1, but
Okay.
for me personally are Annihilation, Suspiria, or Spider-Man. I can see those as number 1.
All right. Well,
I agree with those.
if those are the 3 potential number 1s, I would like to throw my hat into the Annihilation group of those 3.
I also would like.
I wouldn't be like I said, like I just said, but also
I'm just putting it out there, just so you know.
okay. So you lean.
Let's do the stack rank thing. If I had to say if those 3 are my choices for number 1, I would do Annihilation, then Suspiria, then Spider-Man in that order.
I would probably do Suspiria, Spider-Man, then Annihilation.
So the exact opposite of mine,
Yeah.
Ryan. Way to be helpful.
And then,
Man, I'm really glad I saw Suspiria. That would have been a lot difficult.
I'm trying to think of where did I put. Oh man, these are. Ooh, so my official top 5 were Suspiria, Spider-Man, Cameron Post, pretty not on the list. Then Hereditary, then Annihilation. So I guess in that regard, if I'm still.
I mean, your letterbox isn't law. You can.
That's true.
That's true, but like I put that for a reason because it's the law. Guys, we should really just move Paddington 2 back up.
Oh, God.
Well, let me see.
All right. I'm going to move Annihilation to number 1 just to see how we feel about it, and then we'll...
Just how it looks visually.
I looked back at my list, and Paddington 2 is number 7 on my list.
Number 7 on both of our lists. I like how, regardless of all of our weird conflicts, even though like we have pretty similar tastes, Paddington. Annihilation number 1. I think I really
What
would
if
like
we put-
Suspiria's number 1 though.
What
personally.
if...
That makes sense as a
Yeah.
number 1 for us. I'm just saying, for me personally,
For you personally,
Annihilation reigns supreme over Suspiria. But I really like
And
Suspiria.
that is something I totally get.
And I saw Suspiria not the most preferable way to watch it,
Sure.
which sucked. And I fell asleep a few times.
Suspiria's a movie where you need to see it like big, and loud, and bright, so you can just really enjoy the blood.
I saw it in the theater twice, and it was excellent each time. Must say.
I saw it in a very empty theater once.
Oh.
It was in the middle of the afternoon on a Friday. The ideal situation.
Yeah.
It's what Tilda would have wanted.
What if
Oh boy.
we move Hereditary to number 3, and then we have Annihilation, Suspiria, Hereditary, Spider-Man?
I'm alright with that.
I think that
Sounds good.
that sounds like the list. I'm gonna try it out and see how it looks.
Carrie, was Hereditary your number 1?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
Duh.
Oh. Well then.
It should be everyone's number 1 because it's perfect.
I thought we talked about Hereditary, not Paddington.
Oh, I meant.
So right now we have Annihilation, Suspiria, Hereditary, Spider-Man, 8th grade, Cameron Post, Paddington 2, Mandy, Thoroughbred, Sorry to Bother You. I like this list.
I like this list too.
I think this is our list.
If I had my
Feels
way,
right.
I think I'd bump Suspiria up one more to be number one. But you know what? I'm alright with that because Annihilation rips. It's great.
It's very good. I didn't think I'd feel this way.
I don't know, man.
Carrie, how are you feeling about this list?
I love Annihilation, but I almost feel wrong making that number one when
Yeah,
I'm in the
I
room
don't
with
know.
Ryan Lance and George Cruz.
Yeah.
No, but now I'm like, what if we put Hereditary's number one?
I
don't know.
Hell yeah.
I'm deep with it because I mentioned like I walked out of both those movies feeling kind of meh. Like I walked in with very high expectations, and I think reflecting, I feel stronger about Hereditary, but I love Annihilation as like this completely original, exciting sci-fi concept, and it's so fucking out there.
It's tough.
Fuck.
It's tough. It's tough, man.
You know what?
What George, what's
George's
your
about
gut?
to do something.
George,
George, do something
if George is
crazy.
about to be like, you know what?
What if
Let's
we put
move.
8th grade?
What if we put Hereditary as the best movie of 2018?
I know Carrie will be happy with that.
Ryan, how do you feel about it?
I'd accept it. It wouldn't be my if I had to choose. If there was a gun to my head, I'd be like, well, is it though?
And then you die.
That's true.
It sucks that the way I watched Suspiria wasn't the most ideal.
Yeah.
Well, it'll hit Amazon Prime like probably any
Fucking
day now.
sometime.
Yeah.
God damn,
They
Jesus
made it.
Christ.
Everyone's taking them
Is
so long,
Cold War
idiots.
even on there yet?
I think that comes out the 15th.
Oh, it's not even like out?
Well, no. Well,
already-
I mean, it had like small. I was saying it comes to Prime on the 15th, I believe.
Man.
You know, if you guys felt Hereditary number one, I'm all for it.
It sucks they don't feel that way, but I also do feel that way, if that makes any sense.
Nope.
Hereditary also won Best Horror.
That's true.
That is true. And by
I don't know what that. I'm just gonna say that.
Okay.
I'm just gonna say
But
that.
Annihilation one.
When I think about, like,
standout scene.
When I think of like minute by minute, how much
And
of it I'm
Suspiria won most goopy.
Yeah.
most. Ooh.
Like, I really don't enjoy Annihilation until the last half. And I like Hereditary almost throughout. It's
What
not
about,
as in...
What about Suspiria though?
That's also true, but also I saw it in the fucking worst form of manageable.
yeah,
So that's why I'm like in my mind, like the fair, I'd be like Hereditary probably, Annihilation, Suspiria. Unfortunately, if I watch Suspiria in a movie theater, that might be the number one for the bullet for me. But
That might be number one all time for me. But who knows?
I got a bootleg version. I started watching it, realized it didn't have subtitles. Then started watching a DVD, which was lower quality, and I started watching that, and it was late at night, and so I fell asleep a little bit, and then woke up and rewound it, and then started again. So it was just not the, but I understand like what I saw was like fantastic.
Yeah.
So that's
That's your conflict.
all right. Why do we put Hereditary as number one? Ryan, how do you feel? Yeah.
I'm all right with that.
Okay. I'm trying this on for size.
this part.
I don't know how we got here, but
George, you're highlighting Paddington 2.
Oh no!
What a shame. I mean, I'm fine with that, obviously.
My plans are all coming to fruition.
I don't know what it is, guys, but all the top 10 movies are Paddington 2. I don't know what happened. That's crazy.
all right. Well, let me move Spirit to number 2.
Oh, yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Spirit number 2.
Yeah. Even though I feel that way, like I feel like it would be number one otherwise, but
If you had given it one more shot.
yes. That
so,
seems.
How is it? So number 1, Hereditary. Number 2, Suspiria. Number 3, Annihilation.
Go on.
What if we put Spider-Man above Annihilation?
And you know what? I would completely agree with that. I'd completely agree with that.
I feel.
That's fine.
All right, let's do that.
You know what? Truth or Dare, though, actually. Underrated. It's fine.
Oh man.
Number 1, Hereditary. Number 2, Suspiria. Number 3, Into the Spider-Verse. Number 4, Annihilation. Number 5, 8th Grade. Number 6, Cameron Post. Number 7, Paddington 2. Number 8, Mandy. Number 9, Thoroughbreds. And number 10, Sorry to Bother You. How do we feel?
That feels great to me. That feels
like a
very
list.
good.
That is certainly a list.
That feels good to me.
Is it? It does feel like we're this horror podcast and we gave best horror to our also the best movie.
Yeah.
It can happen.
It can't happen, and I'm pretty sure it's happened.
Listen, if you kept me long enough here, I'd be like Spider-Man #1. If you kept me long enough here, I'd be like Spider-Man #1.
Yeah, and I would agree with that.
Yeah. So
Spider-Man's pretty good.
it is. But I think Brian has got a point. I am biased. We are all biased. And the spooky movie, I feel a lot stronger about it than the Spider-Man movie.
Yeah, but yeah.
Spider-Man's a fantastic movie. I maybe even put it, no, I think it's fine where it is, I think.
It was my number 2.
I feel very, very, very strongly about that movie. It made me feel not cynical about Spider-Man in a way that I think was impossible.
Until the next Spider-Man movie comes out.
Yeah, until the next. It's like the Sonic Mania of Spider-Man until the next thing sucks ass. Until fucking Mysterio is over here by fucking, what's his name? Jake Gyllenhaal.
Baked Bill and Bold?
Yeah. Alright, well that's it. The best movie of 2018 is Hereditary. And then Suspiria, Spider-Man, Annihilation, 8th Grade, Cameron Post, Paddington 2, Mandy Thoroughbred. Sorry to bother you.
Who could have seen it coming?
Man.
Annihilation's at Paddington 2's high, or even on this list, but that's fine.
What the fuck you talking about?
I really wish I liked the guys. Like, I really wish.
You didn't see the first one.
That's really the issue.
Yeah.
Right?
What if your first Harry Potter movie was the Chamber of Secrets?
That'd be great.
That's
Actually,
the best one.
That's the best one. Honestly.
Damn it.
All right, well, that's that. It took us for fucking ever to get this done, unfortunately, because life is life. But we got it done, and no one can say that we didn't get it done.
That's true.
Hell yeah.
Until this file gets corrupted.
Exactly.
Oh, no.
Don't say that.
I'm just thinking of all the ways it could go wrong.
Yeah.
But we made the list, and there's no going back.
Yeah, that's it. I feel very good about it.
Not allowed to watch any other movies.
I can't believe Annihilation was almost number 1. Now it's number 4. But now it's got yeah.
I can't believe Paddington 2 was number 7.
Yeah,
Even though it was number 7 on my list.
On mine too. Paddington is just a number 7 ass film.
Some would say the number 7.
It's a good thing I don't like Mandy that much. Otherwise, I would be like, Mandy should be above Paddington 2. But that's it. They're good. We're good.
I think Mandy maybe.
All right, Ryan. 2018's been over for 3 months, but we have officially ended it now. The long national crisis is over.
Thank God.
Ryan, where can people find you on Twitter if they should?
Mr. Pibb Official.
Awesome.
I reached out for a sponsorship from Coke, and they sent a link to their careers page, so they didn't get it.
Hey, check you out, Mr. Big Shot over here.
Mr. Big Shot, yeah.
Carrie, where can folks find you?
You can find me at _E Lyles, Lyles, on the Twitters. I don't have any branding or sponsorships or career links.
Yet.
Not yet.
And I'm at jcruzoliver26. If you like this thing we did, then let us know by Twitter or however. It obviously takes a lot of time and work, but we like doing it. Yeah. Not a lot of people listen to it, and we don't have to do it, but it's a good time. And it was a good year for movies, and this is a good list. So yeah, I guess until next time, which fucking should be the February episode, but god damn.
Let's record it tonight.
Oh god. If I would have gotten over with if I could, but man, I don't fucking know. Alright, so until the next time, we will see you then.